Welcome to this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters, the podcast we chart the cinematic legacy of the classic monsters. I'm John Campbell. With me, as always, Brendan Jones.
Hey, John.
Yes.
How are you? You doing all right?
You know, I'm doing okay for the most part.
Do you remember when Lucy Liu was a thing?
I do. I fondly remember those days.
Now, here's the thing. I'm not anti-Lucy Liu. I'm just going to come right out and say it. I'm not.
I'll just say, you better not be.
You use her right.
Oh, yeah.
Because I do think there is a limitation on range. But
Sure.
there is a sweet pocket. This is just like we've talked about Keanu Reeves before.
Well,
I
think it's true of a lot of stars, quote unquote.
Stars,
right? Yeah,
where they have a thing they do.
Yeah.
And for a long time, the thing that she was known for, which is kind of unfair, but it's only because she does a steely bitch.
Yep.
Which I'm sorry for the terminology.
Well,
she does
a bad bitch as right.
bad bitch.
Yeah.
She does that so well, and it suits her features and her voice and everything.
It feels effortless when she does. I mean, of course,
effortless.
I remember
and
when
she's
she
so good at
it. She really came to prominence on Ally McBeal, right?
Ally McBeal,
and I remember her coming out and being like, "Ooh."
When you use her well, when she's in the right thing, then she is awesome. And I admit,
great.
And I actually was curious, but it was the timing. I never watched Elementary, so I never saw her as Watson.
No offense to either one of those actors. I did not care for that show and its take on Sherlock, but I really like both of those actors.
Came out. So
well, was that show. I don't know. Do you know that show was CBS called Stephen Moffat and said, "Do you want to do it in America?" He said no, and they said, "Okay, well, we're just going to do it anyway."
Right.
So that was literally them cashing in on that.
And we will do our own American.
And I will say, having seen it, and this is what people tuned in for, our thoughts on Elementary. But I will say what they did is they turned into a CBS procedural. I just remember I kept going like, why is Sherlock spending so much time in this police station? Where you just go like, why is he interrogating the suspect? Like they just didn't know how to, and especially it being 22 episodes, they couldn't craft mystery. Anyway, right. But neither her nor
Johnny Miller.
Johnny Lee Miller. Yeah, who we did see, of course, from our friend from Dracula 2000, who's an actor I like a lot also.
Yeah, me too. And always wished his career had been bigger because
very talented dude.
Handsome, talented dude.
Yep.
But here's the thing, and again, that is me coming out and getting that off the board because I want people to know I like Lucy Liu. Do you remember when they were trying really hard around this period because this is, around.
Hey, you're talking to the only guy who saw Ballistic X versus Sever in the theater. So
you are the only guy.
I think I'm the only person who saw that movie, period.
I saw it on cable eventually.
It's stupid, but of course I watched it because Antonio Banderas and Lucy Liu had guns on the poster, and I was in middle school, and I'm like, ticket sold.
What's interesting to me is that apparently she saw colon in any movie title, she would do it.
Yeah,
colon X versus Seven.
We'll talk about the colon. The colon in this one was a late addition from the studio. So
colon.
This movie was written as Rise, shot as Rise, and and I think screened at Tribeca Film Festival. This movie made its premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival, which I just would kill to have been at that screening because this is not the kind of movie they normally show there.
All I can say is I assume there was polite applause.
Oh, yeah, it's very, very well done. I mean, they were in the room, so everybody had to be kind of nice. But people were like, "What a piece of shit."
Should we tell people what we watched?
We watched the movie. The fact that I think they thought the title would be confusing to people. The movie the studio rechristened Rise: Blood Hunter.
Yeah,
which. By the way, I kept waiting for anyone to use the term blood hunter in this movie.
And they
never did, so it makes no sense. We will talk about, I don't know how much research you did into this, but
here's the thing. I will admit I lost a lot of time because, again, I was hazy. I ended up watching Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. I ended up watching Rise of the Guardians.
G.I. Joe
really
Rise of Cobra,
lost.
I think you saw.
Yes,
in there too.
And I kept going, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah. I mean, there's a guy with a metal face, but he's not a vampire.
Yeah. and Fantastic Four also had a guy with a metal face. And I'm like, what's going on?
There's a lot of metal faces, but I'm not seeing any vampires. Although that guy did ride a flying surfboard.
Man, that guy caught some sick air.
Rise. Okay, so this movie, I was going to say, so I don't know how much research you've done this because this was severely edited from its original cut. Well,
I did see,
we watched, did you watch, I just wanted to check on that. You watched the...
Rental.
Yeah, and I did as well. And I'm assuming you saw the 97-minute cut that I saw then, too.
Yeah, so okay. I think we've missed out.
Well, now that's up for debate based on, because I did dive into, because I did see there is a 122-minute... I read what the
Wikipedia said about, everyone going, when I received the script, it was just a different take on... Yeah. And I'm like, all these people hyping it, I'm like...
And they're all really good people who should be... Although, actually, who was in both Rise is a... and the reason I watched this back in 2007, actually, Chiklis. Love Chiklis. And
Chiklis is doing what he can, but
God damn is he ever, but he is...
What the hell did they give this man to do?
Well, that's kind of everybody in this movie. Everyone
true,
is...
That's true.
There's so much talent involved in this movie.
I will say, Chiklis, if there's one physical gesture as an actor that man has down, it is walking under a police tape.
Oh, God. Well,
because in this movie he does it about 3 times, right? And then over the course of his career, that man has walked under so much crime.
Well, he came on the scene as the commish, so already he starts as the head of the police.
Oh, I'm sorry, no, he didn't come on the scene as commish.
No, you're talking about he came on as Belushi.
Yeah, he has Belushi.
Yes, of course, Wired being the but
he has apologized. So much.
Not his fault. He's not actually a terrible choice for it by any stretch of imagination.
He just said, I'm really sorry that movie exists.
Yeah, no, the movie is terrible. He's, especially like young Chiklis, kind of a good choice, actually, for Belushi.
I'll go with it. And again, a very talented actor. And
very talented dude. Loved it. And especially, I saw this movie I said this, I think, last week. I saw this movie when it came out on DVD because this was the time I was working in a Blockbuster, and I watched every single movie that came. When I said I'm not kidding, I would take home. They would bring in the employee copies to take home, and I would watch everything.
So you were on the Tarantino diet.
that was my.
Did it work for you?
Yeah. Well, it didn't work too well for me, mainly because it was 2007, so I wasn't getting there was not a lot of nutrition in those meals.
No.
I will say, if fans,
those are empty calories.
Fans of my previous podcast, The Action Shelf, that podcast was very much born of that time because I saw a lot of the straight to video stuff at that time. But I did see this.
I appreciate quantity, but give me some quality.
Well, there was the occasional quality, but I saw every Steven Seagal movie that came out during this time. But I did see this, and like I said, the main reason I did watch this was because I knew Chiklis was in it, and at this time I was obsessed with The Shield.
You came for the Chiklis, and you stayed for nudity.
Well, okay, so the nudity in it is an interesting thing because I have seen a lot. A lot of the IMDb things are like, well, but plenty of skin, and I'm like, I guess.
This is what we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it, John. I'll say this. This is a modern, as in 2000s, this is a modern exploitation film.
Yes.
What's interesting is that I honestly think that may have been intentional.
Oh, yeah.
One of the
we'll talk about the director in a second.
And there are a lot. Yeah, we will. Director, writer.
On auteur film, you say?
Yeah, but I will say that in this case, I think that was intentional. Mm-hmm. But one thing that hurt this movie is that for all of its leaning into viscera, as in blood, guts, nakedness, sexy time, it is unfortunately so of its period stylistically, where it looks like this guy was like, you know what the pinnacle of film was? Jade. Or it looks like Basic Instinct.
Yes.
Where because even when we see Chiklis's office is as a police detective.
Oh, God, it's total Fincher detective, right?
Oh, no, even more than Fincher, it is silk stockings.
Yeah.
It's literally like blue neon lit, and there's like a segmented glass wall. And I'm like, I know it's L.A., but no, maybe this movie could have benefited from actually dropping back on the style. Let the camera work be stylistic. Well, let the world be real, and maybe this will have an impact.
And I thought where you were going with this too, and I think this plays into the style of it versus the exploitation. How about we have a little fun? Not that it can't be like dark in its subject matter.
Hey, there's a couple of good zingers in this.
I'm not even talking about funny, but like the movie is so overbearingly grim that you're just like, God, this is a movie. It is when you talk about exploitation. This is 100%, and I'm sure this was his starting point. This is a rape revenge film, but with vampires, right?
No, that's exactly it. That's why I said conceptually, this is awesome. A revenge film about vampires. Like that sounds like a home run.
A Tarantino or a Rodriguez screenplay could pull that off.
I will say this, and it's all due to the actors.
Yeah,
there are a couple of scenes in this where I was like, nice.
Yeah,
there are a couple of like two-hander scenes where I'm like, that is great.
Yeah.
But it's not well written, and it's in one of the stupidest, most basically constructed screenplays ever. Well, okay, that's an exaggeration.
But stupidly
it is
constructed
just sort of like
yeah.
A to B to C to D to E to she's literally just going like, all right, let me go up against the next all-powerful supernatural creature.
There's
who I can take down just by going flip.
There's never a reversal or a fun thing or something isn't what it seems. Okay, I do want to talk about, on this point, that brings us to Sebastian Gutierrez, who is our auteur here. And I will say this. If you're a fan of his, that's fine. Tune out now.
Yes.
Because I fucking hate this filmmaker. And I've hated every single movie of his I've seen. And they all feel exactly like this. He is a guy who came up in the 90s, I'm sure very much influenced by the aforementioned Tarantino, Rodriguez, that sort of... But he's always been... Every one of his movies is like, it's pulp, it's exploitation, but I'm a little smarter than it.
The problem is he's not.
That's the thing, though. But he acts like he does.
All of his movies are trying to do that. He is a Tarantino cousin or wannabe because he is doing exactly the same thing. It's like, this is my... I'm doing a take on Ginger or something like from the 70s, but I've done it with some
they call her
metal,
One Eye, right? You know,
metal soundtrack and all this glossy, and you're like, God bless Carlo Gugino, who I can only assume loves him dearly.
They've been together since 1996.
I know, and he is. I will go ahead and say it. I don't care about his filmography. He's the luckiest man who's ever lived.
Yeah, she's pretty wonderful, and I do think, and she's in every one of his movies.
Yeah,
I don't. Now, I may be. This may be too far for some people, but I will say, and because I don't have this on fact, I think he gets a lot of work thanks to her. I think having her in things, not only gets movies greenlit, but gets a lot of people she knows to be in them. Because I can't fathom how this. I have seen no evidence that this guy is a good filmmaker, and I've seen a few of his movies. Now he's a TV guy. Although all of his shows have been, I don't know if you saw Jet or Leopard Skin.
No, aren't those also starring Carlo Gugino?
They are starring Carlo Gugino, and they're very much in this thing where they're like, we're pulp crime, but like with a twist, and it's campy, but we're also commenting, but not.
Here's where we get lucky as a populace.
Yeah.
That is, she is such a talent.
God, she's
amazing. Luckily, in between propping up her boyfriend's projects, good filmmakers and television makers get to use her.
Yes.
And that do you think people at Hollywood parties, like behind their backs, going, she is such a saint?
Yeah.
Did you see that thing she did for him?
I have to imagine so. And like I said, and I'm sure a lot, but like, oh my God, just look to the complete opposite is look at any way that Mike Flanagan puts her in any of his stuff. Holy shit. I mean, we both talked about that. Her in The Fall House of Usher. I mean, really, maybe career best performance in my opinion.
She's unbelievable.
Incredible. And she's always incredible. And
she's always incredible.
We've long been on this. She works a ton, but she is so underappreciated by Hollywood for how talented she is.
She really is. And she's blessed in many capacities, but one of the things is, I mean, she kind of makes her start being like, I'm sexy femme fatale lady. Yeah. And she still has that in her repertoire.
Well, I mean, I know you and I are not on the same page about Zack Snyder's DC take, but him saying he was going to cast her as Catwoman. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I never heard that.
Oh, you didn't? That yeah. For the next Justice League movie, he said if that had happened, he would have cast.
For an aged up Batman, which is what they working with,
because she would have been the contemporary to Affleck,
great. Age appropriate.
Where you just go like, that's a great choice. That's a great choice.
And again, I thought you were going to go with Watchmen, of course. Which I was about to say, of course, one of the things I have no problem with is the casting.
Well, the casting in general in that movie is great, and she's great. All of her stuff in that movie, great, really good.
The thing is that's the thing. She is lucky being so amazingly beautiful, and yes, very sensual. She's one of those actresses where she can turn it on and off, because we've also seen her being Karen Sisco, who's not out there flaunting anything. She's just a toughie. But the thing is that is also
I'm always back to our beloved and canceled Karen Sisco. I know,
because it was great.
Wrong place, wrong time. Should not have been ABC at that time, and it just
Again, it's either going to be Karen Sisco, or I'll also bring up Terriers. There's plenty of shows
Terriers,
that got canceled.
But I'm just talking about just a few years later, we get Justified on FX, right time, right place, for an Elmore Leonard show.
Why was there never a crossover?
If they, I mean, they're still making
next season, Justified.
Carla Gugino shows up as Karen Sisco. Best show in the history of television. But yeah,
that's when I lock the door and I turn on the oven, and then I just go into the next world.
That's it, man. I've seen everything I need to see.
Anyway, we are praising her rightfully, and then we're about to talk about a movie where she has nothing to do except for one awesome scene.
It's so interesting because you do look at her career, and it's like lots of interesting, cool stuff. There's lots of filmmakers who, like we talked about, Flanagan, Snyder, Rodriguez. These guys all are like, you are part of the ensemble. And then it's just every couple movies, there's one of Sebastian Gutierrez's things, and you're like,
do you wonder? Like, I mean, maybe someday an autobiography or biography will come out, but I would love to hear her list, and I'm sure there's a list of things that she had to turn down because she was like, I have to do another Sebastian.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, all right, Mr. Nolan will call you back. It's like, I'm sure there are things that she politely had to turn down because she was going to do another boyfriend.
Sorry, Ridley Scott. Sebastian has a new script.
I'm sure she's got a list.
I'm sure there is a thing like that.
What did she miss out on because she had to do Jet? Or
sorry. Yeah.
All right. Moving
I will say,
on.
though, one of the first notes in her thing that makes her sound cool as hell, of course, is an example of her doing that in the right direction. She turned down the role of Vin Diesel's love interest in Disney's The Pacifier to be in like 2 scenes in Sin City with Robert Rodriguez.
That is,
and you're like, good call, because she's like, yeah, I'd rather go work with Rodriguez than like probably take a serious payday.
I'd rather go into a green screen draped warehouse in Austin, Texas.
God, have you seen
a couple of scenes?
Have you seen the footage where it's just the green screen? And it's so weird to watch. You can watch I've got the 4K where you can watch scenes side by side of just what was shot on set, and it really is nothing. Like, it's like Clive Owen sitting on a box pretending to drive a car.
Yeah,
just like, God, that would be so weird.
It has a similar feel, and we will be talking about it coming up. I know that actors are getting more and more used to doing that, as so many things are CG. But Sky Captain in the World Tomorrow.
Yes, yeah.
Which that
was one of the first ones to really go at that. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And you can tell 2 things about it, which is the director wasn't there yet.
No, there's a lot of good ideas. You can tell
that the cast is game, but the thing is, it feels sterile.
Do you remember
even though it is beautiful?
Do you remember that SNL sketch parodying it? And I'm like, that's 100% what. Do you remember this?
No.
Where it's Jude Law. Jude Law was hosting. He's in the Sky Captain costume, and there's literally a guy with like a green foam ball and a stick that's just hitting him in the face. And you go like, "This is a joke," but that's probably what it was like.
That's pretty funny.
And he just keeps getting whacked by the thing. Yeah, it's pretty funny. And anyway, back to this movie. Rise Blood Hunter. Yeah, on paper, and I'm sure this is also why I watched it, not just because I was watching everything, but like on paper, this should be my jam. This movie is so up my alley. It's crazy. Like, it's just, But
Can I say one of my favorite things was in the Wikipedia reading, I guess, a comment by Sebastian Gutierrez.
By the way, do yourself a favor and read the Wikipedia, because everyone's glowing comments about this movie, and then when you actually see it.
And then when it says, and then also, like every Wikipedia on a movie usually say critical response. Usually there's something that's kind of brought, this one just goes, this was negatively.
Yeah.
It's like 2 cents. And that's after all these people have gone on.
Because it's not a shit show. It just doesn't work, though.
Sebastian Gutierrez is so happy with his whole take on everything. And one of the things he goes, look, when it comes to vampire movies, that stuff, he goes, when the fangs come out, the garlic, I'm out. And in my head, I'm going, and yet... You're okay with not showing up in mirrors.
Yeah.
All right, pal. Well, you pick and choose, don't you?
I'm so glad you mentioned this, because another broad problem with this movie, and this is my problem with a lot of his stuff. Like I said, he indulges in genre, but he's also too cool for school.
He is way too cool.
And like literally, I think
this ain't your daddy's Dracula.
Well, and this does that thing that, by the way, you should be. I don't care if you actually do this in your movie, but you should be banned from promoting the fact. We never actually say vampire in the movie.
I know
that should never be used in any.
Proud.
Never actually said it. That's right, folks. Never said in the movie, and just like. Cool. I mean, like I said, you don't have to. You don't have to say. I'm not saying you have to say vampire, but stop talking about it, because as soon as you say that, I roll my eyes and go, "Oh, this guy's too fucking cool, isn't he?" We're not going to do that. And that's exactly. And then the bigger indicative is that it's the Nolan thing about we're never going to call it a Batmobile. That's dumb, and just like, but the guy's in a bat costume. You know what I mean? Like,
it's in for a penny, in for a pound, and I don't need an old Dutch man to show up in this movie going, you must find them when they are asleep during the day, or whatever.
No, because we also tire of that stuff a lot too, of course.
Exactly, but the whole thing of just being so, and also the thing that's irritating about that sort of self. Pride, the sort of I'm very into my take.
Yeah,
is as if he was the first to ever do that. And I'm sitting there going, how many of the movies have we watched, vampire movies, crossing decades, where every 5 years someone says, "No, I've got a whole new take."
Yeah. Oh,
this
God.
one, they never say vampire. This one, they use a syringe to pull blood out. They don't use their teeth.
Oh yeah, they've got the little blades around their necks that they cut people. I went, wow, this guy's broken new ground in vampire cinema.
I enjoyed watching Lucy Liu just go ham on that guy's arm.
Oh man,
just
chawing. Let's get into the movie, and then we can talk about this.
Yeah, sorry, bouncing around.
Immediately, I will say. Oh well, first I do have to talk about the poster just briefly, because it's nothing. It looks like this is another Ghost House production, by the way. I did not know that. Back-to-back Ghost House films. For us, this one considerably worse, as we've said, than than last week's movie, which was that's another thing too.
We're not so.
This really suffers in comparison to 30 Days of Night as well. On every count. But this looks like every horror movie that came out in the mid 2000s. This poster
absolutely does.
It's all number one, and I will say though, not false advertising. Get used to that just dark blue filter over the whole fucking movie. Also. Should have known we were in trouble when it says from the producers of the Grudge franchise and the writer of Gothica. You remember Gothica?
I do.
The Halle Berry, was it Haunted Mental Institution? I can't remember what
something like that.
I think it was Haunted or some shit. I don't know.
But that was another one of her, like, guys, I can act.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know why. I feel like she's gotten away from that, thankfully. I don't know. She really had, it seems like no matter the amount of accolades, she has some sort of chip on her shoulder about whether or not And it's like,
because a lot of people basically say it's like you did one award-worthy performance, and now everyone will judge everything you ever do because they'll go, she has an Oscar, just like Marissa Tomei.
Yeah,
people going like, God, they gave her an Oscar.
By the way, talking about one of my film things that I hate is people talking about, did she really deserve? Yeah, she's fucking great in My Cousin Vinny. Yeah. I
don't know if that was an Oscar-worthy performance.
I don't know what she was up against, though, but I'm saying it's not like one of those things when you're like, are you kidding me? She got an Oscar for that? The way some people talk about
the stigma of it being a comedy. That is always going to be the thing. How could anyone win for Best Picture or Actor or Actress when they did something funny?
I know, that just irks me to no end. But anyway, so it's got giant Lucy Liu face, because like you said, this is really a time when they were, not that she's like disappeared from Hollywood, but this was really a time when they were really trying to push her forward as leading lady, no question.
Yes.
And then you've got, I guess this is our pal James Darcy, who, oh boy, we'll talk about, Jesus Christ. He does.
No, he's not Jesus Christ. He's playing a character called Bishop.
He does a lot with some real garbage in this movie.
I mean, but really, the only thing that matters is that you and I watched a movie where Jarvis and Foggy Nelson
I
in
know
the same universe.
When Foggy showed up, I was very excied.
I was like, how old is he here? Because this is 2007 and he doesn't look that old now. I'm like, wow.
Well, he goes back to when I was a kid. He was one of the Mighty Ducks. He's been around forever.
I don't know.
He was just been around. He was Fulton Reed. Are you kidding me? The bad boy of the Ducks. Okay. He was my favorite one. He was the Wolverine.
I'm gonna let it.
All right, but yeah, he's standing there, and then yes, the big fucked up horror image of the movie. These bodies hanging upside down.
And yet, you'll notice on this poster,
yes,
they are vampire bat people.
Yeah, that's not in the movie.
No, the people hanging upside down in the movie are victims who are being drained into little tubs.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's almost like they're lying to us.
So I have two taglines here to share with you. Number one, talk about when people were just taking money for this stuff. This is, I think around the 2000s is when this tagline started to crop up, where it just was words. So here it is: seduce, trap, feast. Rise, blood hunt. It's just like somebody got paid to just write down 3 words on probably a cocktail napkin.
Yep, and that was enough for rent.
And how about this one, though? They didn't leave her alive. They left her undead.
Yes.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, that's really stupid.
Okay.
And then on the poster, victim, vampire, assassin.
Do you think Sebastian Gutierrez freaked the fuck out, though, when he saw that vampire was on the poster for his movie? We don't say that shit! Not in this movie!
I bet he did.
Not in this movie, pal!
Sure.
Did you even see the movie?
One last tagline you didn't catch. Did you not see the one that says, this is the other Lucy Liu movie. This is not Ballistic X versus Sever.
You know what? Having seen both, I would happily watch Ballistic X versus Sever again than this.
That one was also, if I remember, fairly blue lit, because that was
fairly blue lit, but at least that one was fucking fun.
Well, I mean,
it's stupid, but at least it was like silly. This is
even though they're positing her as a Blade-like vampire who kills vampires. She's not a daywalker, but then again, they're all kind of daywalkers. But regardless, they are trying to make her like she is getting revenge and tracking people and taking them down.
And I want to see that movie.
This has no action in it. This is so...
This is one of those where it's like, you still could take this exact same plot and make a whole new movie that would be better. And it would... okay, so we'll just start with the big difference between the director's cut and the...
I'm ready.
His original vision for this movie was all out of order.
I'm sorry. You just have to stop right there, because you said...
His original vision and the director's cut, which apparently you can track down a DVD of. I guess they did release it. It's all out of order. It's totally non-linear. Jumping all over the place.
Tarantino-y.
Yeah, and I love. Like I said, I was reading people's reactions to both, and there are people who go like, "Oh, infinitely better." You realize the genius of the movie when you see it like that, and then other people going, "It's so much worse and so much more annoying because now you don't know what's happening." So yeah, they cut a half hour out and put it into roughly linear order because the movies. What I read, the movie starts the same in both, which is, I will say, if you're going to start your movie and you put Robert Forster in your first shot, thumbs up for that. Because,
yes, but
total waste.
We are dealing with a filmmaker
yeah.
and a film
yeah.
that decided to give 3 times the screen time of a Robert Forster to Marilyn Manson.
This is true. Well, by the way, you want to talk about 100% who's in Carla Gugino's phone that we're calling? Her dad from Karen Sisco?
Oh, yeah. But the choice is, who do I give more time to? I'll give it to Marilyn Manson in normal person drag.
There is more Nick Lachey in this than there is
There
Robert
is more
Forster.
Nick Lachey than there is Marilyn Manson.
By the way, what were I don't know, music video directing gigs for Gutierrez, maybe? I'm just trying to figure out why there are just 2 totally random, non-actor musicians in this movie. It's got to be just people he knows, right? It's
Nick Lachey.
Jesus Christ. And he's terrible. He's really bad in this. I mean, once again...
he's doing a southern accent that's kind of wacky.
I guess he's trying to have fun, which is what I've been asking for. So Robert Forster's approached in a bar by a hot blonde. And I remember this actress doing some stuff.
Me too. I always got her slightly mixed up with, because I thought that she was the same one that was on 30 Rock, because they look similar.
Katrina Bowden, who was on 30 Rock.
Okay, right. And yes, and then I was like, no, they're just tall, thin, very attractive blonde ladies, and this is the other one.
Yeah, there was another woman who was around the same time that I kind of not confused
similar
with. Yeah, that was kind of similar. Now I'm blanking on who I was thinking of.
Well, this is it Carmen or Cameron?
It's Cameron Richardson. Yeah.
And she is very attractive.
Very pretty, and that I cannot judge her acting ability based on this because all she is asked to do in this movie is be pretty. And then be scared, of course, because it's a horror movie. Or is it? Maybe he doesn't like the word horror.
She is only called upon to be sassy and then scared.
Yeah, sassy.
And she succeeds at both.
Sassy, and specifically the pronunciation of sassy, is the perfect description of this movie.
Oh, yeah.
This movie
because
is not
trying so hard.
It's not succeeding, but it is attempting to be sassy.
Also, this is I don't know if this is trading on, but this is also the thing of the day. The thing of the day, again, thanks to Basic Instinct, if you have a powerful woman in a movie, like she is a badass, she's probably going to be bisexual. Because that was a real thing then.
Well, and that's...
So here in this...
That's that...
Well, I mean, that came off of Ally McBeal, too, which really made headlines when there were, flirty scenes and kissing scenes between pretty much all of the lead actresses in that show at one point or another. You're like, why is Courtney Thorne-Smith kissing Ally McBeal?
Yeah.
I don't know, but they're doing it.
I don't know
and when Lucy Liu showed up, it was a frenemy thing where she was flirty with her, even though she didn't like her, and then they kissed and blah blah blah.
What's interesting is I think there's only one actual queer cast member of that show, and I don't think they actually did much with her in that.
I don't think Portia de Rossi. Well, she may have had.
To be fair, I only remember bits and pieces of that show, and something tells me that's going to age very poorly if I
think that entire show, it was for its day kind of groundbreaking, but we owe a lot of really awesome people's careers to that show.
Oh, God, yeah. No,
or resurrected.
And I remember watching it at the time and enjoying it, but I have a feeling now that it's because it was so edgy for the time, right?
Man,
that I have a feeling that's going to be
I think the second the CGI Dream Baby, dancing baby shows up, no one today would be able to keep a straight face.
It is. Talk about a show that is I tried to watch. I love. We're talking about anything in this movie, but I will say it came on Hulu the other week. Not Ally McBeal, but I tried to watch some of L.A. Law, and I couldn't get past the 80s of it all. I was like, God, this was
about as 80s as it gets. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm just watching it going man, this thing really was exactly of its time and doesn't have the cool Miami Vice thing where it's so stylized.
Dude,
that you're
they
like,
have
it's its own.
The world's biggest portable phones.
Yeah, but it's just the whole vibe of it. This is the fact I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to like these like greedy yuppie piece of shit characters.
You are supposed to like them and care about their lives.
I will say,
but then again, that was my big problem with Succession when I watched the first couple episodes.
Except Succession,
I was like, these are all horrible people.
But Succession knows they're horrible people.
Yeah, and then it becomes clear how brilliant it is, but it did take me a while.
L.A. Law, it seems to be unaware that everyone is a monster in it, is the biggest thing. Anyway, speaking of Cameron Richardson, she is married to Louis Letellier, director of The Incredible Hulk.
All right.
Yeah, I just see that now. I'm a fan of his. He just directed Fast X. He's an action director who I enjoy. I enjoy his work.
He's all right. She did all right for herself.
Louis Letellier, who is not French, even though I always make him seem like he's French. Or is he French?
No, Hi, I'm Louis.
Yeah. No, sorry.
I think
he is French. Sorry, I was looking at her IMDb, and she's from Louisiana.
He's definitely not French.
Yeah. But it said New Orleans, Louisiana, and I thought, maybe he's just like French. Oh, no, but that was hers.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a fair...
Yeah. Never mind, but I was like, I'm pretty sure I've heard him talking. He's French. Anyway, she approaches Robert Forster, and this whole bit is just Robert Forster's like, oh man, hot blonde. I am all on board to pay for sex with this lady.
Yeah, and he's kind of doing that. I love it. He has that great voice, and here he's playing it up. So the whole thing of him going like, I'm Sid from Syracuse or whatever his name is. He's like, I'm just in town for this thing, and she's like, look. We don't have to flirt. Just pay me some money, I'll do you. And he's like, oh, that's great. And then Lucy Liu comes in and slaps down some money. And she goes, I want both of you. Or whatever.
No, she doesn't want both of them. She just wants her, but she outbids her, right, is the thing. Right?
Yes,
she lays down all the money, and he's just like, whoa, too rich for my blood. I got to go make 7 other movies.
Yep. And that's it. So
that's it
you were hoping for a lot of...
The legendary Robert Forster.
We love that guy. R.I.P. Rest in power.
Oh God, one of the best ever, man.
Yeah.
Truly one of the greats. So anyway, she takes her home, and then of course she's like, "Take off your clothes." And boy, this is where I'm really feeling some Basic Instinct or those '90s erotic thrillers.
Again, this doesn't look cheap, as in the money was spent, but the way it's designed and lit and all the stuff, it just reminds me of lower tier. In other words, this comes off like a Silk Stockings episode.
It is interesting. It's like, cheap without actually being cheap. I expected to see the
USA Network logo in the corner.
Or because it's got nudity, Cinemax. Honestly, I mean, we're
right,
on our way to maybe Showtime, maybe more in the Rid Shoot Diaries quality. Cinemax is
this is going to sound wrong, but I'll say, I'll say this. Who's listening? No one, as far as I'm aware. when I said this is like a modern exploitation flick, and it is at least it's not equal opportunity because we don't see any male buns.
No, actually, a shot which I was kind of surprised by. You would think. Especially this time.
But I will say equal opportunity as in the fact that it's not just like the 2 scene actresses. We have pretty much all. I think this is one of the few movies he made with his girlfriend where she's not fully nude in it. So I was like, oh, good for you, Carly. You dodged a bullet. But in the case of this, we have our lead actress naked a lot in this movie. And you're like, oh, that's interesting.
I mean, but it's always like, it feels like the most negotiated, like 2 seconds there, 2 seconds here. Maybe.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure
like, it's
was,
so
and good for her.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But of course, literally, he made his like a couple movies where Carla Gugino plays a porn star. I never caught those. Electra Lux, I think that was the one about her, but she was in one of his other movies. He gets big into doing these like noir, multi-character noir things, including one that he literally just called Hotel Noir, and it's all in black and white, and everybody's in like trench coats and fedoras, and he's going like, Jesus, this guy, man, this guy. That's sorry, I don't know where he's getting the money. Like I said, it's got to just be that he can get people. Because Girl Walks Into a Bar is also another great title of one of his movies.
Actually, I do like that title.
Sure. I don't know.
I mean, the movie's no doubt crap, but still.
Ooh, starring Gil Bellows, also from Ally McBeal. Yeah.
Thank God Gil Bellows is getting.
You know, did you see his movie She Creature about the mermaid?
I did a million years ago. That was a cable staple. I think that was on Showtime.
Oh yeah, because I'm sure it was cheap as hell to license that.
Well, that was one of those where they took. That was a thing they were doing at the time, which is taking old, actual, cheap-ass horror movies and then giving them to modern directors going, do your modern take.
Yeah. And some of those were okay, because they would sometimes get good directors, but...
Yeah, but then you get things like Larry Park doing Teenage Caveman, or... Yeah. And you're like, oh, I don't know, that's gross.
I like Rodriguez didn't do a horror one. He did that, racing one that was like a 50s...
Well, that was the same concept that they decided
I like that one. Road Racers was fun.
But that's the thing, is that a couple of them worked, but you're like, this is a fun experiment.
Because it's also Rodriguez, though. I mean, that's the thing. Rodriguez could have made a better version of this star. Anyway, God, I'm sorry. So we get Cameron Richardson. This is, once again, that weird Tarantino kind of trying to thing where she makes her strip, and then Tarantino wouldn't have done the nudity, though. That's a big no-no for Quentin on which is interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, he talks about it. He goes, "Oh, I could never ask anyone to do that."
That's nice. That means that he's it's his own hang-up.
It's just so interesting because it's he's such an exploitation filmmaker and the blood and stuff. But he is. I did hear him go. I guess I could never ask anyone to take their clothes off, and he really doesn't for the most part.
No, he doesn't.
So anyway, but yeah, she goes to touch her face. She's like, "Ooh, wait. Did you wash your hands?" And that's where I'm going like, oh, that's the Tarantino trying to be like, well, wait, what? Like, we're supposed to be like, hold up, this isn't going where we think it's going. This is quirky.
And then it's all about, oh, no, why don't you go ahead and shower all the way off?
By the way,
and it's
this prostitute must have a death wish because everything about the situation says she's about to be murdered. Like,
yes,
this woman has no savviness for or red flag radar.
But it is a very fancy hotel suite, so maybe she just thinks, hey,
it's a mansion.
Much money,
it's the old guy's mansion, right?
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a hotel suite.
No, I thought because the shower then turns into the cage death trap they've built.
Oh, right. Which somehow she knew about.
Yeah,
we never find out how she knows that is a thing he has.
And so then we've got her hanging upside down now.
Yeah, the shower is a weird cage-like shower that when she enters and turns on the water actually does slam shut like a cage. And she's like, what's this?
Yeah. And then I don't know. Did they then? I guess she goes unconscious. I'm trying to figure out how they get from
how she gets upside down.
How she gets upside down is exactly like, because I understand she's trapped in the cage, but then there's just sort of like a fade to black and a fade back in, and now she's hanging upside down.
Now she's hanging upside down, and there's a creepy old dude in a wheelchair.
By the way, I gotta say, I can't believe this isn't Udo Kier. This is the Udo Kier part, right? Mm-hmm. I can't believe they couldn't get Udo in this thing. That seems impossible. This 100% seems like an Udo movie.
But it's another old character actor guy.
Oh, you've seen this guy in a billion things. I don't know his
and
name
he's just looking at the naked lady and
like, this will do nicely.
And she's not murdered. We think she's going to be murdered.
Alan Rich, by the way, is the name of the creepy old man in this.
Yes, and basically.
By the way, is like I just opened his IMDb, and his first known for movie is Disclosure. Very much the kind of movie we were just talking about.
Yeah,
another sexy Michael Douglas
thriller.
He's
not playing this kind of a creep in that movie.
I don't remember who he plays. To be fair, I don't remember. That's not a very good movie. I don't think.
Oh no, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But here we have basically she is a sacrifice essentially for the old man. And Lucy Liu is like, okay, I brought you the sexy naked blonde lady hanging upside down. Now tell me where I can find Bishop. And he goes, he's a blah, 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 blah.
You mean the aliens android? They don't
yes. No. The time traveling mutant.
Oh, yes. No, that guy, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Who charges his weapon with his powers.
Yeah, yes. He has an M over his eye.
Yeah, great. That's the one. I know him.
That's the dude. No, so she gets the address, and he goes, great, we're all done. And she's like, no, we're not done, vampire man. Here's my hand crossbow. Flip.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Well, that's
and then we think she's evil, stalky lady who was going to... Then she sets the prostitute free. It was like, I'm going to give you a lot of money and just forget where you were.
And, not only that, but Bo, something that would really not play well today, shames her for being a sex worker. She goes, find a better line of work. I want just like, why don't you add a bitch to that while you're at it? I mean, my God. I mean, well, because Sebastian Gutierrez is one of those guys who makes strong women movies that are still wildly misogynistic.
Yeah.
Like this movie is not a female empowerment movie by any stretch of the imagination.
But you know whose favorite movie this is? It's our old friend we haven't seen in a long time.
I saw Rise Blood Hunter. I enjoyed it.
Hey, I bought the I'm the man who keeps requesting the 4K.
Yeah, when are they
I need a 4K.
I need a Gutierrez approved 4K.
Hey. It's been a long time since I had a movie that was made for me.
Right. I did get the unrated 122-minute cut.
I got that Orville Redenbacher movie theater popcorn, the really buttered kind, and I made it at home. So I'm not watching this one in the theater for a reason.
Yeah, that's right. So we then go to 6 months, which so apparently, this all happened. Then in his first cut, we then would have cut to her waking up in the morgue, then gone back to her before she became a vampire. Which I'm like, so that's just nonsense. That's not cool or interesting. That just sounds stupid. And I went through this phase around this time when I was in high school, when I first started really getting into writing screenplays. Everything I wrote had some sort of cool time thing because I was obsessed with Tarantino.
Yep.
And now I can't stand that stuff. This movie still, though, there's still the remnant of talking about 2007, and it's something that really irks me when I see it now. And of course, there are times when it's been done well, but I hate the start with something exciting 6 months earlier or whatever. It can be done well, but it's so often done to... I often see this as a symptom of screenwriters going, I want to hit the ground running and then get to the boring stuff, right? Like then I can do exposition, but I want to just try to juice up the movie from the start with a little bit of action.
This is how we get into this world. And then he goes back and explains who this complicated woman, strangely named Sadie Blake.
Well, I do like people who already have like a vampire name, Sadie Blake, before she's even involved.
There's that, but
it's like Victor Fries.
Also,
come on, that guy was doomed.
At no point is she introduced as a Chinese American woman.
There is one line where somebody describes her as Asian, and
Yes, but in other words, but also they don't say she's of mixed race.
No.
So in other words, where does Blake come from?
Yeah.
Well, we have Lucy Liu, and we see her very Chinese and her mother. Yeah. They are both fully Chinese, just like she is.
Like
Chinese American.
I think her mom, though, has like a Chinese... I think it's implied that she's like an immigrant, at least based on the performance.
She is speaking Chinese for a lot of it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And again, I'm like, I don't have any problem with how you want to do the character, but it's clearly the character was written.
Yeah.
Then they cast Lucy Liu, and I'm all about, hey, why not?
Yeah.
But why don't you make the name not stand out where you sit there for the whole movie going, was the father maybe?
I love the idea of like
Blake.
Her doing all the vampire stuff, and you're still just sitting there going, I don't understand. Is her father American? Or
yeah, it's like we don't see the father. Can we?
Yeah.
So
and by the way, you could cut. You could cut all the stuff. Maybe there was more in his director's cut, but you could have gone ahead and excised all the stuff with her mom because really, I understand why it's here.
I don't agree. I actually think I liked that.
Myself. Here's what I would say is it either needs to be in this more or not at all. Is I guess what I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have an issue with it, but like that's why I'm saying if maybe there was more of that in the director's cut, but if you're going to cut as much as they cut, you might as well cut all of it.
What's interesting is that she is such a thinly sketched character.
Oh God,
and yet she still gets so much more than Chickless when he shows up because he is the second lead, and we don't realize that till well into the movie.
And actually,
he's actually second lead.
Yeah, it feels like they either needed to. It's another thing where it's like total rewrite. You could make a whole movie with just his story or just her story, but if you're going to make them together, they need to blend together better. My God.
Yes.
Because I did keep waiting for that when you go like, well, obviously, if these two are clearly after the same thing, they need to come together. And apparently, there's even less chickless in the director's cut, is what somebody said.
What?
Yeah, they talk about that there's like none of the stuff with his daughter is even in the director's cut. Like, it's all implied.
Wow.
And you're just like, God. And so this is the thing where I'm going like, I don't know. As bad as this movie is, sounds like the studio notes might have actually improved it, where they're like, could it make more sense? Could you give some more backstory to Michael Chiklis?
That's nuts.
I don't know what this script looked like. Yeah, where you've got the quote from Chiklis where he's just going like, I never read a character that was this kind. And you're just going
he goes, I've done lots of cops, but this guy, he's really tortured and broken.
And I'm going, like, more than Vic Mackey?
He gets a scene where he gets to do is that my...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he
and of course, Chiklis is there to do... I mean, once again, everybody in this movie is game. Nobody's phoning it in. But there's just no depth here. By the way, I just love the idea of Chiklis knows. He's like, yeah, I play cops. It's what I do.
Here's the thing.
You know what I love?
Do a lot of
he does a lot of cops, and now what I see, because he's older, he does a lot of former cops. Everything I see him in now, he's like, I used to be a cop. You're like, great.
God bless him, though. Well, he was built for it. He looks like it.
He does. And if you want to see him in a non-cop role where he's fucking great, Winning Time, unfairly canceled on HBO. He is so good in Winning Time.
He really is.
Yeah, great part for perfect Chiklis role in that. Anyway, so she's a reporter though. When we go 6 months later, and
she's a reporter for the actually real LA Weekly.
I was shocked. I'm so used to watching TV and stuff where it's like the Los Angeles Reporting Star or something like that, you know?
She goes in the offices, and then we're in Hollywood's idea of what the offices of the LA Weekly look like. It's so funny to me because they use the actual outside of that building.
They do.
And they must have gotten permission to use the name and so forth.
Yeah.
But then she goes in, and her editor is a hot blonde. I mean, come on,
her
man.
editor is
Lucy Liu, an unbelievably attractive woman, walks in, and there's her boss, another very attractive woman.
I had to look because I'm like, is this the same woman from the start? I know it wasn't, but I'm saying like she looks very similar. She's also this tall, lean blonde.
He's stylized this world where everyone is, except for the one guy who's the photographer character, who is a role should have gone to a young Jack Black. But I was going to say it's a guy.
The role you mean the role we'd be up for in this movie?
Yes, the role would be up for.
Like the IT guy who's like, the guy who's looking at computer shit and taking pictures and is just like, I'm a gross fat guy in this movie. But also, you like me, and you're sad when my head gets.
Well, he's a nerd, and then they do the whole thing of. So what we find out is that Lucy Liu, investigative reporter, has done a piece on.
This, by the way, is the worst part of her performance because this is where she has to be like innocent and kind of nice, and you're like,
This is exactly what I was saying when I was saying that she has a pocket because every scene before she becomes tortured or badass, you just don't buy. And I'm sorry, she doesn't come off as genuine.
I've never seen her play just like a regular woman in something, and like I just don't.
Yeah. So she had done an expose of like underground goth world in LA and what
was it? The Grateful Undead was the name of the article. When you see
Undead.
You made the cover, honey, was what her editor's scene is, right?
Yes, very, oh God, that was so stupid. You made the cover.
she goes, and it's something where it's like, it finally happened. You made the cover.
And by the way, they're like,
the great character of, what's this editor's name? She doesn't have one. She's LA Weekly editor. She's in a couple scenes, and they don't even bother to give her a name.
No, but thank God they got someone that's attractive.
And who's in all of Sebastian Gutierrez's films as well.
Really?
Yeah, or at least I think from here on she's in everything. Also, do you remember the actress Marley Shelton? I mean, she's still around.
Yes.
This is her sister Samantha Shelton, and Marley Shelton also a very attractive blonde who was in a lot of stuff at this time.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see the resemblance.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Marley might be a little bit better actor. Which
yeah, and wasn't for a while. Marley is supposed to be one of the new wave of she's hot, but she's also funny. Like she was a comedic. Yeah.
And actually, she's still absolutely still around today. She's on 1923 with Harrison Ford.
Oh. Well, good for Marley.
She's one of the Duttons on there. So
I haven't watched.
Well, there's about 1 billion Duttons now in that universe. So
1 billion Duttons.
I know. I know everything about the Dutton family history now. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. They're not a totally not real ranching family.
I did not follow Yellowstone after. I mean, I watched like the first couple of seasons and did enjoy it, and then I just kind of.
Well, I'm out on Yellowstone now. Well, once Costner left, that's it for me. But
snap.
No Costner, no me. That's my attitude.
Understood.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he was the reason to watch. Anyway, so yeah, they talk about she infiltrated this dark world. Oh, and also she's planning because she's just it's been such a dark investigation. She's planning a trip to Mexico with her little sister. Boy, didn't you love how important that was in the plot for how much they talked about it?
Yeah, she's like, oh, and she talks to her on the phone. Hey there, valedictorian, how's it going? Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
That's right.
When we go to Mexico.
My sister's a smart student.
Yeah, and then the whole thing is basically, hey, they're doing the photographer guy says, I was looking at the website
kind of
those
hacker.
goth. Yeah. And he goes, turns out those goth people you interviewed, they're doing some kind of party ceremony thing, and it's tonight. And she goes, well, I can't go to that to do a follow-up because I'm going to my sister's thing. And
how old am I? It's unclear.
and he goes, well, you're missing out. And she's like, oh, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's like, oh, remember that? Here's that picture. Remember the quiet, shy girl that you tried to interview?
That's
for
right.
The story?
We've got to get to Chickless's daughter now.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, and that's just a setup. Later, we'll see her and her blonde friend, a different blonde. Again, hotties.
Well, and like I said, that is what all of his movies are filled with hotties. Gutierrez,
okay.
Which I mean, right. I can't blame I can't blame him too much for that, except for
he's already got Carla. What is the point?
Yeah, it's true. Most other women pale in comparison to the one.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, hey, once again, they've been together since 1996. He locked that down. All right, I'm just saying.
But he didn't put a ring on it. I think they're still boyfriend girlfriend.
They are. I've read a quote from her about that where she just goes, "We just think that that's so much more romantic that the only reason we're together is we choose to be together." I'm
with you.
I think that's not. I think if both, as with anything, if both people are on the same page about that, then great. I think that's all that matters is that there's
You folks have now heard our take on non-traditional partnerships.
Yes.
Okay, moving.
That's right. But please stop making terrible movies together. That's my only thing about. And actually, I will say I'm so glad. At least according to IMDb, he has nothing in development. I'm like, oh, thank God. I think second show that got canceled after one season. I think that might be it for him. They've done 2 shows together that made no impression on anyone. So
nope.
Okay. So yes. So we cut to the teenage girl who's nervous is going like, "Are you sure this is going to be a fun party? Because that's a creepy old house and no one's around."
And she goes, "That's the point. It's so underground. It's so freaking cool."
If you thought Cameron Richardson had no sense of red flags, this woman really doesn't, because she knocks at the door and welcome other great actor totally wasted in this movie. Holt McCallany is here.
Holt McCallany. I was so excited to see him. He's
such
great.
a good actor, and he has nothing to do in this movie.
No, but again, given what he was given, that scene where he shows up in the apartment he's on.
Never bad.
He's so good.
He's a guy who's never bad. It's just
another guy that we love. And it made me sad that Mindhunter is not coming back.
But I will say, and I know you Do yourself a favor, everybody, and it's been out for a million years by the time you're hearing this. See The Iron Claw. Seriously, McCalney robbed of an Oscar nomination. I swear. Wow. He's incredible in that movie. Blew me away. In a movie, just in general, that I feel like Academy Award slept on big time. And it'll already be out by now. Yes, he's in the Mission Impossible universe now. So he will be in the next Mission Impossible, where he's playing the Secretary of Defense, which is, of course, McCalney's the Secretary of Defense.
I feel so much better.
Well, I will say, seeing him in this, knowing that he's in like huge stuff now, always, of course. Although he was already like a Fincher regular.
Well, he was a guy that would bounce in and out.
Yeah,
like the people that knew would put him in there. Yeah, and
I said, going back to Alien 3, he starts with Fincher's first movie. He's a regular in most of Fincher's movies, which leads then, of course, to Mindhunter. Great actor, but just once again. No red flags for this girl when this totally empty house and it's just hulking Holt McCalney is there going, yeah, come on in.
Yeah, and the whole thing also is and
then go down to the basement.
The cop's daughter, who's the girl that Lucy Liu,
the nice dark-haired one of the two.
Yeah, she is reluctant to join, so she's late-ish, even though they're in the same car. So I guess she got her courage up and then follows. This is just an excuse for by the time she enters and gets down to the basement, she hears her friend screaming, opens the door, and we've got essentially we have Jarvis chewing on a lady, and man, the blood in this movie again, they were like, I don't think that's enough.
In places, it's so interesting because all the human victims get this, but then there's all the vampires just get like and they're done. And you're just like, what?
And they don't turn into dust because that would cost so much money.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just going like, man, if this is like a rape revenge movie or a vigilante movie, shouldn't we really be focusing in on how these vampires are getting it? Like that's the visceral excitement of watching.
She does get like quips or
they're pretty weak.
Parting lines when she takes people down,
and they're all pretty bad.
That's as close as this gets to the tropes, and I'm like, we could probably use a little bit more of the tropes because I want to feel how badass this is, and you're not selling me.
Somewhere Charles Bronson's rolling in his grave. That's all.
But that's also because of tectonic.
I told them there was a problem with this geology.
But the whole thing is, it is sort of like, that's a waste. But so also these vampires, the way they choose to cover up what they do, and I assume he says he's been around for a long time, so let's say a century or more.
Yeah.
And maybe a few of them are the same. Not only do they go out like chumps, but also the way they cover their tracks is just dumping bodies. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
The amount of blood these people spray, like inside of that Jeep Cherokee or whatever, and she takes that hitchhiker down.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, you would get busted in a second.
Oh, let's
say these are serial killers essentially in this world.
They very much are. That once again, if you read Gutierrez's quotes, he goes, it's really interesting because they're really more serial killers than they're vampires.
Yeah.
He's an interesting
and
take.
They are really dumb at what they do.
Yeah. Why doesn't he also talk about this being a parallel to addiction? No one's ever done that in a movie before.
Ooh, that's a good take.
Jesus. It's just, it is always so funny when these guys are patting themselves on the back and going, there's nothing new here.
Yeah. It's a thing where
what are you talking about?
We could point to examples that are like a year before this. So it's sort of, and we could point to examples 20 or 30 years before. We're like, they've done this.
Well, and it's like, we talk about like the blood, like 30 Days a Night is like, they just don't care. They're spraying blood everywhere because it doesn't matter.
Right.
So sure, that makes sense.
Torch the whole town
they're not really being careful there. It's like here, it is just, because literally when Lucy Liu shows up later at this place, she finds this just mattress soaked in blood. There's so much evidence. This is a forensic analyst's dream.
Also, I'm sitting there going, they did dump the bodies away. So I guess that makes sense.
Because that's how we get our. That's how we get our. Is that my daughter in there?
Yeah, but I do love the whole thing about 2 bodies found in Koreatown. I was like, where? What corner? I lived in Koreatown.
It's Koreatown. Yeah, Koreatown. Yeah, let's just say that David Caruso would have wrapped this thing up in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, probably would have.
And
by the way, these vampires are easy to take out, apparently.
Yeah, and
that is a big mistake.
And he would have had better quips.
Yeah,
a lot better quips. So yeah, so of course, yeah, she tries to call her father before they kill her. And then, yeah, Michael Chiklis rolls up at the scene. And you know the kinds of movies I watch. This is far, far, far from the first time I've seen a cop arrive at a crime scene to his own daughter, wife, brother, whatever. And, of course, all the other cops are holding him back. Son of a bitch! That's my little girl!
You don't want to see this, man. Yeah. You don't want to see this.
In fact, I think Chiklis has maybe done this same scene on The Shield, even.
Quite possibly. It seems...
there was always trouble with his daughter on that show, so she was always getting in trouble. I don't know how much of The Shield you watched, but I was...
I really didn't watch as much as yeah.
I was absolutely addicted to it. It's still one of my all-time favorite shows. This guy's Al Capone.
I know it is beloved, and it is one that who knows someday on a when we get another pandemic, I'll probably like. Okay,
come on, right in the pilot, they had me when they go, "This guy's Al Capone with a badge."
It took me to after season 2 of The Bear to start the show, and then I was like, "Oh God, that's great."
Well, there's I think 8 seasons of The Shield you can watch, so you know.
I still have many seasons of those Brit shows I watched to get through.
So yeah, he freaks out. By the way, talk about a totally thankless role is the other cop guy who just has like 5 separate scenes where he just has to tell Michael Chiklis he's out of control. That's the guy's whole part in the movie is just go, you got to get out of here, man. You're a fucking mess.
He's like a friend partner, and he's just trying to make sure
you can't be here, man.
He has the same bits to say every time.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to take care of yourself. I know it's been tough. He's also there to tell us passage of time. He goes, been a week.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, thanks. Now I know exactly how long.
Hold on, let me look at my watch. It's been 6 hours.
It's been 6 hours since your daughter was found terribly murdered.
Yeah, because so he freaks out, and of course, you think that's going to be important, but we don't even get back to Chiklis for like way too long in this movie.
No, I know, and so I was confused. I thought, are they ditching him like they did? You know.
Well, I'll tell you, a big thing is like, does she need a vampire hunting mentor and a grizzled cop partner? I thought, make this. It's already happened. He's been hunting vampires. Simplify this whole thing, man.
Maybe they targeted his daughter because of that.
There you go. He's already been in. Maybe that's the thing. He's already on the trail of what he thinks is a serial killer.
Both characters, even though Chiklis is introduced so early, like you say, he just disappears to the fringe and keeps walking under police tape and then sitting in his suspiciously stylish office.
I think you get the same scene at least 4 times where he gets a call that there's been another vampire murder, and he rolls up. My favorite is eventually later when he's just openly drinking at one of the crime scenes, like he's pouring the victim's scotch into his glass, and that's when his partner's like, dude, you're a fucking mess. Like,
you're a fucking mess. And he's like, you're not supposed to be here because you've been he hasn't been fired or something. He's been put on leave because of. And he's like, you shouldn't even be here. And he's literally drinking the dead man's booze.
And I just thought, like, that's what's like everything in Gutierrez's script. It's so just like, God, that's a noir trope to an extreme, though.
You can also really respect that that he's getting out of control over just a span of a few days because he's not shaving anymore.
Well, he is, though, because he's just cultivating that goatee.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of true.
My favorite,
he's got some stubble, he's very sweaty.
He's very well. That's just
he's got the booze sweats.
To be fair, that's just Chiklis and everything.
Well, he shows up. He's not as sweaty, but then he gets sweaty.
My favorite thing though with the goatee is the shot of him looking at the murder board, and he does do a stroke of the goatee, like
he does. He strokes the goatee, and I think bad actor choice. I'm sorry because that's
I can't. I mean that also feels like. Now look, I am a Chiklis fan, so maybe it was a bad actor choice, but also maybe it's a from behind the camera. What you doing when you stroke the goatee? Yeah, yeah, like that.
I love the fact that when you see his murder board, and he's doing all the tracking, the pins, and
that's the
photos.
Finchery moment to me, is the like obsessed detective looking at the map, feels very
One
Seven.
Thing that I cracked up about is everything these vampires are doing is Los Angeles.
Yep.
The map that has the pins on, it's the United States. I was looking, I was like, oh my God, that's actually the West Coast. It's full California. And looks like we've got pins in Colorado and New Mexico.
Yeah, I'm also tangentially tracking some other vampires that's not important to the plot.
One of the pictures, one of the pinups is of JFK in the limo.
It just says,
he goes, it's all connected, man.
Vampire? Question mark? Lee Harvey Oswald vampire?
Which I think you just created your own.
Oh, did I ever? Hey,
that'll be one of those like funny parody ones.
Yeah, and hey, I'll just say, Gary Oldman played both Dracula and Lee Harvey Oswald.
He sure did, and you know what? He did both of them very well.
Hot take, Gary Oldman, very good actor.
Turns out that guy can act.
Yeah.
All right, back to this thing. So the cop's daughter is dead.
She's dead. Lucy Liu gets the crime scene photos and she goes, wait, that's the girl that I interviewed, which leads her to go to the address that was on that website that the nerdy guy found. Oh, yeah.
But also she goes looking for the photographer friend and finds out that he hasn't been seen in days and days.
Because she goes to the crime scene and then she goes, wait, I better check on him. And then goes to, and he's not around either.
No, and the editor, sexy lady, goes, yeah, he hasn't been seen in a long time.
But we're not bothering to worry about it.
But yeah,
he's not he's not one of the hotties of the office, so we can let it slide.
We tend to just give the uggos a pass.
Yeah,
if they don't show up for months at a time.
He's probably out doing fat guy things, I think. He's doing absolute unit chores. I don't know. Have you checked any of the local donut shops or hot dog carts? He's probably at one of those.
He's at Panera Bread right now, using his finger to scrape up the last of the cheese sauce in the mac and cheese.
So when she goes to his apartment, Hulk McCallany shows up, and he's like, "This is one of my favorite parts of this movie is Hulk McCallany's like real brief attempt to try to be like." Oh, yeah. For half a second, he goes, "Oh, yeah, I'm a friend of his." Yeah, and she goes, "Oh, yeah," and then he goes, "Oh, screw that." Talk about a vampire with no chill. He has a split second of chill, and then he's like, fuck it, and he attacks her.
Yeah, and he just goes like, "Oh, I see you grabbed your purse. Yeah. Do I make you nervous? Are you nervous that I'm standing here? That's right.
Are
you nervous that I'm looking right at you?"
I don't understand how he did this. She goes to grab her purse, and he goes, "Are you looking for this? Your pepper spray." And like, when and how did he grab that?
Vampire.
Well, that's the thing about the movie, though. He wants it both ways, right?
He does.
They're superpowered vampires, but also not. Movie. You know?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's why the not seeing herself in the mirror, I was like, no. You can't have them not have fangs, not burned by the sun.
Yeah,
but they're not visible in mirrors.
Well,
Fuck off, dude.
You can pick, as we know, you can always pick and choose these things, but you can't be like a dick about it. And then, you know what I mean? Like,
and he's being a dick about
all of it. Every interview I've seen with this guy, I'm always just like, oh God, this guy thinks
what you're
very
saying
highly
in your
himself.
Brain is, Carla, you can do better.
Oh, Carla could. Look, Carla could do a lot better because, as far as I'm concerned, Carla could have anybody. I mean, I don't know why
anybody.
Yeah,
man, female.
Number one,
dead.
I don't care about gender or sexual orientation. I can't imagine anyone not loving Carla Gugino. She's amazing. And boy, like I said, don't get too excited about her in this movie because she's barely in it and does very. It's so weird. Do you think it's a thing where he's like, "Honey, I wrote this vampire movie. Do you want to be the star of it?" And she's like, I'll be in it. But you know what I mean, like, because it does seem like he would have written this for her, you know?
And that's true. And also, I think that's the reason why, even though she is vastly underused, there is a real showcasey scene. And I think he was like, I'll beef it up just for this one scene, so you didn't waste your time.
And the thing that but that plays into one of the problems we brought up with this movie is they really like build her up as this character. They're like, she's so dangerous and so whatever, and then there's no like fight really between them.
But that's the
problem with the whole movie.
True of all these,
because it's true about Bishop as well. When they get to him, it's just
tracking all of Bishop's little family.
Yeah.
And we'll find out later that the creepy dude in the wheelchair at the beginning who liked the upside down prostitute.
I love an upside down woman.
He's one of the family too. So she's tracking them down to get revenge.
Once again, structurally, that's classic like 70s revenge
But they all go down so freaking easy.
And they all go down
the same. And in the case of Carlo Gugino, the easiest.
Well, that's the thing. That's the other thing of it. Not only do they go down easy, but he doesn't do the revenge movie thing of everybody gets a unique death. They pretty much all just get shot with the crossbow. There isn't the thing about, because that is the fun to me of watching particularly the later Death Wish movies, is you're just going like, how is Bronson going to kill each one of these guys?
Yep.
Because that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. There's no fun to be had in this thing.
No, she sees them, she walks up to them, says a little quippy thing, and shoots them in the chest. Or in the case of Carlo Gugino, sits across the table and has a conversation and shoots her in the chest.
Yeah. Of course, it's a bad conversation because this guy's not a good writer.
No, he's not. But again, at least these actresses elevate that scene.
Well, this whole movie is, I would almost, spoiler for the end of this, I don't recommend this movie, but I would almost recommend it as just an example of how close good actors can get to making a bad script good. They don't succeed, but god damn, they're working their asses off to make any of this work. But imagine if this was all over the place in time. Wouldn't this be so much more exciting?
No.
And I said there is a very small, and I can only imagine quite disturbed following for the director's cut of this movie, that is just like, oh, they butchered a masterpiece. Like, this thing is where they're just going like, boy, because there's one guy, I did read one, I'll find it.
Signed by the Gutierrez family.
It's me, Sean Gutierrez. I'll find it. There's a couple of crazies on IMDb. Anyway, okay, so McCalney. So he got the pepper spray that I like. He then uses on her, which I thought.
Yeah,
was funny.
it's kind of a dickish, but then again, he's an evil vampire. So instead of doing vampire stuff, he just goes, "Oh yeah, pepper spray you in the eyes, knock you out, throw you in the trunk of a car."
Yeah, and they take her to James Darcy, who's an actor we like quite a bit. Of course, as we talked about, he plays Jarvis in the MCU.
Yes.
Love him. Great presence. Good choice for a vampire, too, actually. Like, he's got the thing for, like, gentleman vampire. He's got that vibe.
He got the look.
He does have the look and the voice and the presence, and once again, he is acting his heart out in this thing, but God, these scenes are bad.
They are.
The dialogue he's given, but he's very compelling to watch.
The thing that always strikes me about him, and it's totally coincidental, is just that physically and in the face, he looks a lot like my friend Derek Cecil, who I've mentioned to you before. He's the guy that was in The Beat with Mark Ruffalo back in the day.
Right.
My actor friend, he was also in Push Nevada and a few things.
I watched some of Push Nevada.
And in The Outsider. He was great in that Stephen
King miniseries. Oh, great.
Yes.
Yeah, very cool.
So, in other words, Derek has never been a marquee name.
But a working actor.
Yeah, like I told you, he got to read for Nightcrawler when they were making X-Men
cool.
2.
I mean, tough
and
to
he
beat
does have the right face.
But
both of those guys
to beat Alan Cumming for any role. Let's be honest.
Well, I know. Yeah. But they both he and our friend Mr. Darcy have these kind of elfin male features.
Yes.
Where you're like,
Darcy totally could have gone up for Nightcrawler as well. Yeah.
He could have, yeah. So looking at these guys, I mean, he does a decent performance being, I am sexy, rich vampire man with bad dialogue. And you're like, good on you again, Mr. Gutierrez, for hiring a good actor to prop up your bad part.
I mean, I don't want to completely take everything off, completely say he's got nothing, but I still am always like, another person, maybe Carla Gugino knew. He did a Sherlock. Actually, we talked about. He did a Sherlock movie that I thought was. It's not amazing, but he was a good Sherlock. I will say.
I'm not familiar with it.
It's him and Vincent D'Onofrio is Moriarty in it.
Wow.
Richard E. Grant is Mycroft. Oh, it's pretty good.
Obviously, a period piece.
Yeah. Yes.
Not
Sherlock.
one of the modern ones.
No,
okay.
Sherlock: A Case of Evil from 2002. I think it was a BBC movie. Check it out. He's a good choice. He also played Anthony Perkins in the Hitchcock movie. Also, I think a pretty solid choice. And now he's one of Nolan's guys now. He's in Dunkirk. He's in Oppenheimer.
There you go.
So that's where you want to get to. Get out of the Gutierrez sphere. Get into the Nolan sphere.
Get out of the Gutierrez sphere.
Get out of Chris. No.
Yeah.
Get out of dumb vampire movies.
And he did. God bless.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, and of course, and we love Miss Jarvis. Great choice.
Great choice.
So, yeah, he's there. And, of course, what does he do? He has to drop a sack on the table, and it's got the fat guy's cut off head in it. Oh, these bastards.
No, Bobo Jack Black is dead.
That's right. We cut him at a Bob's Big Boy.
The reason I keep... the original there in Burbank.
Yeah,
which
that's where he was ordering a double.
But I will say this: the reason I keep bringing up him being Bobo Jack Black is that his part reminded me of a lot of Cable Guy Jack Black.
Oh, and actually kind of how Jack Black was used through most of the 90s, right?
Yeah,
he was
I'm a kind of a tech nerd. I'm also kind of funny.
Jack Black before High Fidelity is kind of one of the first places I remember really spotlighting him. But
I think that's the first time that people who weren't going to shows of Tenacious D in clubs in LA, that's the first time people go, holy shit, that guy can sing.
But he's in the Cable Guy, but he was in a bunch of the action movies I was watching. Like he's in The Jackal as Bruce Willis's gunsmith guy. He's in Enemy of the State as one of the bad guys, one of John Voight's tech guys,
Wow.
He's in Water. He's one of Dennis Hopper's henchmen in Waterworld. Like he's literally just fourth bad guy in a lot of stuff.
Interesting. I just kind of first saw him in person.
That's why I very much think of Bobo Jack Black in this role, because that was particularly 90s thrillers did use him in a lot of
that's how you
stuff.
use that guy.
And now they're weird to go. You go back and watch Enemy of the State and go why does Jack Black have 8 lines where he's just we're tracking Will Smith with the satellite,
Jesus. But actually, Bob Roberts is a thing that was just
why I'm always this the way when he's just sycophantic Bob Roberts could do anything.
the cult follower guy, and when they carve the little symbol in their forehead, it's
when I
creepy,
hear Bob Roberts talk, it's very funny. Bob Roberts, great movie. Sadly, just as much, if not more, prescient.
Yes. Yeah. I don't like to think about that.
No, it's not
okay.
Great.
So anyway, we got to get to the point. All right, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
She's been abducted.
Yep.
And yes, the head's in the bag, and Bishop's I don't know why you've been following me, but here's the thing.
I cut heads off.
I cut heads off, and you're in a world you don't even know about because vampires. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not saying the word, but we're
whatever the fuck we are. I don't know.
They throw her in a bedroom, and there's Carlo Gugino and him, and he has one of the best lines. Really, he should have looked at Mr. Gutierrez and said, "Thank you."
This is going on the reel.
Because he gets to say, "I don't know if I want to fuck you or kill you. No, I don't know what I want to do first.
Fuck you or
kill you."
Yeah.
And then Carla says, "Oh, you should kill her first," which is even creepier.
And they do, and this is where the movie this is where exploitation movie, you can feel Gutierrez going I can't. So it's they rape her, right? And the movie wants, but it's they don't want. We're not fully going down this road. Not that I'm asking them to. I don't want to say I'm disappointed. I'm just saying it all of a sudden this guy is I'm making a gritty exploitation movie. He's yeah, but we'll just kind of a sexual assault.
In other words, he does it in the artistic way, which is quick cuts.
By the way, he's thrilled you called it artistic. I just got a text from Sebastian Gutierrez. Goes, "Thank you for using the word art in relation to Rise Bloodhunter."
I expect the check made out to Brendan.
Yeah, how much is he paying you for that? No.
Yeah,
I know.
But it's all just And then red lighting, of course, and they're biting into her.
Wait a minute, red lighting in a vampire movie? Has anyone done that before?
And both of them, Carla and Bishop, are and Carla's name is Eve in this, by the way.
Oh, he worked hard on that. I'm sure you sit there going, "What do I call her?" Yeah.
And they're licking the blood, and
it's a literal blood orgy, folks.
It really is.
Yeah, it's really, once again, never seen anything like this on film before.
Nope.
And once again, I want that stated. We are reacting to his comments. I am fine with a lot of this. We talked about like 30 Days a Night can just be, there's some creative stuff in there, but also you can just do some vampire formula and that's fine. Just don't be a dick about it. Don't act like you're above the material unless you've really got the, actually, you know what? Don't ever act like you're above the material. I don't even care if you have the goods. I just don't like that attitude. I don't like the we've talked about it. I don't like the elevated horror people. I don't like any of that shit. It drives me up the wall.
Anytime I get a whiff of M. Night Shyamalan-esque self-satisfaction, that is hubris, man.
Yeah.
It's almost asking people to go, I would have taken this on its own terms and said, that wasn't great, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you blow your own horn so much, people are going to savagely attack because you can't go around saying you're the next Hitchcock or whatever, because people will sit there saying, no, you're not. And here are the reasons why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you read his comments and he's acting like he reinvented the frickin' vampire
and
wheel.
That's the same thing I've seen with his like heist movie and his like he's always just going, I'm turning the genre on its ear, baby, and you're just like you're really not. And that's the thing I like about, and there are times that Tarantino irks me, but Tarantino doesn't have that. He will tell you, I took that from this and this from that and over here and that, and he loves genre.
Right.
It's not being even he's good enough that he could act like he's above it, but he doesn't.
Right. He actually will. I mean, I don't think it's totally false, but he will self-deprecate too, where he'll say things like, he goes, oh yeah, I'm definitely borrowing from here. And he's like, I'm doing the best I can with it. And you're like, dude, whatever you're talking about, unless it's one of the masters, don't worry about saying that I was hoping for
Tarantino goes the other way, where he'll talk up something and then I'll see it and go, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Saw on that thing, man.
Really?
Because that was pretty shitty. I've seen a lot of stuff based on Tarantino
man,
reactions.
This is great. This is great.
I've seen a lot of Tarantino.
I wish I could do anything as good as this.
Tarantino raised, and I go, Jesus, man! If you think Reservoir Dogs is worse than this, okay. Anyway, yeah. So yes, they do finally bite her, and Michael, of course, it's fucking drunk Michael Chiklis shows up. He goes, "Hey, this is another murder." And he sees Lucy Liu in the body bag.
Blood's gone.
I heard somebody was drinking blood or something. Hey, come here. I like drunk cop Chiklis vampire hunter.
Should Chiklis have done a Wolfman?
You know what? Chiklis probably could pull off a Wolfman movie. I would watch the hell out of a Chiklis werewolf movie.
Actually, I would too.
I'm not saying maybe not Lawrence Talbot, but
good actor.
That's true. He's a guy, and I said that he is the reason I watched this back in 2007. He's a guy I pretty much will watch in almost anything because I do think he's fantastic, and he will always be great. He does. He is so locked in. There's so many times in this where he is doing the grittiness, and I'm just going like, oh, you don't need to work this hard, chickie baby.
You don't.
I heard that once in an interview that his friends call him Chicky Baby, and I'm kind of obsessed with that. It just made me like him even more, right? You're like the people go like, "Hey, Chicky Baby."
I love it.
Okay, so he rolls up on the scene. Yeah, they go, I don't know who this lady is, but she's fucking drained of blood. They zip Lucy Liu up in the body bag, and he's like, because they just have, this is one of those things where it's like, we have to have this moment because later in the movie he has to be like, I've seen you somewhere before. Right. And it was because you were in a body bag.
Sees dead Sadie zipped into the bag. He's like, man, this is crazy shit. She ends up in the morgue, and again, this is an effectively done scene.
Sure.
We've seen this done in other vampire movies.
The movie doesn't look bad. It look like you talk about. It's very generic to the era, but I mean, Gutierrez can like competently put a shot together.
There are a couple of jump scares in this that are timed well enough to where I was like, okay, the timing worked. I knew it was coming, but that was confidently done.
Yeah.
And in this case,
he's far from incompetent. He's just punching above his weight
We've seen people wake up in morgues before or claw their way out of a grave.
Have we ever?
But I will say this was pretty well done because he's letting it sink in. The big problem I had with the scene was, where's the light source?
Yeah. Well,
when you're
in
a drawer in the morgue, where's that blue lighting coming from?
And this is the bluest morgue you've ever seen.
She does like smack around the walls and finally kicks her way out, and then she's like, "Oh my God!" She walks around naked, but at least that is true. Well, you would be naked in the morgue.
I want this comment though because it was something I thought, and we have talked about the Lucy Liu nudity in this movie. Not in a creepy way, but I want to talk to because this guy's attitude is not the same as my attitude, but I think he's onto something here. Is correct when he talks about because he goes. Number one, his review starts with sweet action flick. There's not a moment of action in this thing.
What?
Yeah, but also Lucy Liu was hot. But he does see, phew, they sure like to pretend to show off Lucy's naked bod in this one. Definitely a plus, though I'm almost positive it was a body double. And they never gave a clear face shot when the boobs were shown.
Wow.
Think he might be right. I kind of also knew. I don't know if it was an actual body double. Like I said, I just kept going.
Well, in this scene where she's walking around, that could be.
Yeah.
But there is.
There's a lot. I know.
During the rape scene, and then later on during a love-ish scene, it's definitely her face and her boobs. So there you go, sir. I did catch it.
Everything,
like,
but I will say a lot of people. I did see a lot of guys on there. I'm assuming they're guys because just based on the gross comments they're making. But there's a lot of just like, hey, pretty good, Lucy showing skin in this one. I'm like, yeah, but even when it is there, it's all these fleeting. And that's not the reason to tune in here, pal.
No.
That's
well, actually, sadly, there's not really a reason to tune in. But
no,
we did not know that till we finished watching.
No, like I said, despite every one of these people, you could find many other better works that they're, if you want to see them. Lucy Liu's been in much better stuff than this, as has Chiklis, Gugino,
as
Forrester.
Has the entire cast.
Pretty much everyone, except maybe Nick Lachey. I think this might be Nick Lachey and Marilyn Manson. I think this might be their finest work. We didn't talk about this in the scene where we were introduced to James D'Arcy. I think actually Gutierrez needs to be brought up on charges for criminal use.
I know
Mako,
what you're about to say.
Right? Mako in this movie, and this is his final movie, by the way. This is his last
final live action
performance because he also did the
and
voice
that's
of Splinter.
Bullshit.
That is what mistreatment of a fucking legend, man.
He looks good here.
He does look.
His age,
he looks really good,
and he delivers. What he's given, but he's
there
given
to do the
nothing.
Work. No, nothing. I mean, truly, this could have been anybody. Why would you get Mako for this? Literally anyone. He is just James D'Arcy's butler. That's it.
That's it.
I mean,
he has kind of a fight scene where I was like, "Oh, take it easy on the old man."
Well, several times when it clearly cuts to like a younger dude in a gray wig.
Sure.
Because of course they're not throwing Mako around.
I don't want to derail us any more than we've already derailed.
This is one of our most derailing
third
podcasts.
hour of the podcast.
Yeah. We're gonna surpass Gutierrez's director's cut length.
Scream Factory will be releasing Dracula 2000.
I saw this, and I'm like, why put in the time? Why put in the time on that? Although I would I would love if they did like a featurette thing. I would love to watch that because I would love.
Well, I guess. I mean, who's gonna answer for it? Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, you think Gerard Butler's gonna sit down for a talk about Dracula? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So yeah. But yes, the first thing she does look is in the mirror, and what's this? No reflection. Gasp.
What's this?
Yeah.
No reflection.
What's this? Lucy Liu was trying to check out her rockin' bod in this mirror, but couldn't see it.
Yeah. So again, it's a cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
There is magic in these vampires.
And then you get one. So she goes out on. She puts on I don't know, whatever. She finds like a huge sweatshirt or something because, of course, now she's covered. She goes out on the street and our friend went, "Oh, damn." God damn. Yep. Worst part of the movie there was when she put that on. But she goes out on the street and then talk about something they never pick up on. They do this thing where she's like, suddenly the sun is beating and she's hearing people, and so they're trying to do like a heightened senses thing, I think.
Yeah.
They don't really pick up on that much in the movie.
Sensitive to the light.
Yeah.
And we can tell that because...
Well, because imagine if it burned her. That'd be fucking stupid, right?
I know. This ain't your daddy's vampire.
No,
but
hell no.
She walks by an outdoor vendor... the LA photography. I'm like going, oh yeah, they captured pretty well. She walks by this outdoor vendor and just grabs sunglasses off the rack and puts them on.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
I'm like, maybe the owner would go, oh, it's not worth it, but they don't just like, well, okay, I guess that person just stole.
I guess maybe if you're Lucy Liu, they're like,
I guess if you're Lucy Liu, okay,
that's fine. I guess. This once again, I don't know what world this takes place in anyway. So
yeah, that's true.
It does that same underworld thing to a smaller degree, but that we've talked about, where it's like, if you want to build the world of the vampires underneath the normal world needs to be pretty fucking normal.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, just go full ham and go, it's a totally stylized world.
Well,
like The Crow
at that point, you're doing Underworld, and and that's
at least
fine
honestly, at least Underworld is a lot more thought out than this. Like, even as whatever jibes I have about that, there's a lot more going on there than here. And at least there's fucking sweet action in it. Whoever called that guy sweet action movie, where? Tell me one moment or anything.
Thing I can say is he may be just responding to the fact that in concept, this is an action movie.
Oh,
in other words, that is what it's trying to do, and maybe this guy has very low standards for what action is.
I think John Wick might just kill this guy then.
Now, Lucy Liu in a serape, she does walk around in a serape. Yeah. I'm like, weird choice, but Lucy Liu in a serape with a killer face, because she does have a great badass face, and she pulls up a crossbow. You're thinking, all right.
Let me say this. Do you need this much backstory for her?
Can't do anything with that.
I'm just saying, do you need this much? Because think about a movie, obviously, that was a little bit before this, he's thinking Kill Bill a little bit, which is the female revenge saga movie. But I'm talking about look at how we just get little tastes of the backstory. This movie would have been better. We didn't need to spend this much time going, she was a reporter and there was this. It just go like, she whatever got mixed up. These vampires doing it. She's got to kill them one by one.
Well, I think, you can go that way.
I'm just saying, like, be a grindhouse movie at that point.
Stuff is, I think in this case, one of the only things it's doing well is her coming to terms with, okay, I am this thing now, but I have an end game. I will somehow destroy myself. First, I'm taking these motherfuckers down. Yeah. And so anytime we get to when she visits the mother in the night and all that kind of stuff, or calls on the phone, that is humanizing, and I liked, because we're seeing that, like, I can't go back to my old life.
I think we're reacting to the same thing, and that is that the movie's having its cake and eating it too. Except you're saying it could go harder at the drama, and I'm saying you could also just excise all of that and just go full grindhouse. You could
go either way.
But the problem is the movie is both and neither. So
yeah. Because it's not doing it well, or it's not blending it well enough.
Because I think a movie that comes out a little bit after this that is total trash, but I love, is Drive Angry with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
and that movie is so just like, we are a grindhouse movie. This is just
that's not
insanity.
Pretending for even a second.
And that's what I'm saying though. But like, that's fun then. Here,
it is fun.
You can't be this boring. You can't be like, well, we're trying to be real serious, but then also over here be dumb. I just hate it. Anyway, that's of course our ongoing things. Anyway, though, she ends up at a homeless shelter. This is where, so another Gutierrez comment that I loved is he goes, in some ways this is a serial killer movie, but you're rooting for the serial killer. Oh. And I did think this, where I'm going like, yeah, but I'm kind of not, and that starts here where.
Also, I have a big question when it got to this point in the movie.
Yeah.
The world believes her dead.
Yes. In fact, one of the things she has when she's having her traumatic flashes, she has some memory of her like mother and sister identifying her in the morgue.
Somehow, yeah. That's kind of weird.
That's a weird about.
But also, is there anything preventing her from going to her old place?
Well, okay.
It didn't. I mean, unless she was a renter.
Yeah.
But I just can't imagine that she immediately.
Well, how long has she been dead for, too? That even if she was a renter, they've already like moved her out and sold off the place.
She's still in the morgue. That is maybe 3 days.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it is just like. Well,
and they do say you rise after 3 days. One of them does state some vampire.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But still, I'm like, yeah, you could probably go back to your apartment, get some nice clothes.
Well, it
this
is
whole
interesting
thing of like, I live on the streets now. I'm a horrible monster.
I also love like when she calls her mom, which is I like the idea of that scene, but the sister is just like. Because her mom's like, it's Sadie on the phone. Her sister's like, no, Sadie's dead. You know that, Mom. Click. Don't even pick up the phone and go, who is this? Just like, no, you know she died. That's ridiculous, Mom. Stop talking crazy. Click.
The only thing is they've also dropped a little thing at the very beginning. Well, you know, my sister's graduating. I'm seeing her off, and I look after my mom. And every time we see the mother, she's in bed, and she seems delirious. So she may have dementia of some sort. But even yes,
still, she's on the phone with someone. I would at least like pick up the phone and go, "Is there anyone here?"
Yeah,
2 seconds.
He's like, "Who is this?"
Yeah, stop calling my mother. She's very damaged. Or just go, "Oh, there's no one there. Mom's crazy." Either way, it's just such a movie. Like, Mom, Sadie's dead. Click, and it's over. Like, just yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's one of the scenes. But yes. She does feed on this coughing old man. I guess we're supposed to think that she's like, well, he's going to die anyway, so it's okay if I...
That seems to be the deal that they're trying to go with.
But I'm sorry. No, I'm not rooting for her now. No, she's murdering innocents.
She is hungry. She goes ahead and she's like, well, this guy is going to die, so all right, let's do this.
What's the
point
of
the... And she starts chewing on his arm.
What's the point of the kid seeing her?
I think it's just for her to go, oh my God, I'm seeing
myself
through innocent's eyes, and I am a monster.
I'm a monster. Movie would be better.
I'm a monster.
Movie would be better with Tony Hale. That's all I'm saying.
Everything would be better.
There's nothing that's not improved by the presence of Tony Hale. Yeah. So her mom's saying, the sister's saying she's dead when she called her and stuff like that. She's like, oh, I just can't go on like this, and throws herself off an LA overpass.
Yep.
Oh no! Well, that won't work. We know that won't work.
But again, it's a thing where she's debating it in her head. You can tell, and it's like, well, she seems to actually come to the conclusion of, I could destroy those people, but then she's like, nope, and she kills herself. Guess what? She wakes up.
She's been
bandaged and stuff.
Yeah. By one of the most ill-defined characters in this movie, right?
No definition.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no definition.
No, this guy, but like, is also a huge part of the movie. And another good actor who I will say, I did have to look up his name. I did not know this guy, but very good character actor. You've seen a million things. Julio Oscar Machoso is this actor. Sadly died in 2017. I did not know that. R.I.P. man.
R.I.P.
But one of those guys who just that face, that voice, instantly, right?
Right.
Also on
just like when I was watching Shogun episode 1. Dating this. And
it came out 6 years ago when you hear this. Yeah.
It took me a couple of minutes ago. Is that Nestor Carbonell? And it was just his voice.
And by the way, how good is he in Shogun? He's so good in Shogun.
Again, another person who's always good, but it's been so long since I've seen him. I've never seen him with the big beard, and he has aged, still looks great. Yeah. But I was like, oh my God, that's Nestor, my old pal.
Love Nestor Carbonell.
It's Batman.
He's, by the way, so fucking good as Batman.
I don't want to talk about the sadness of losing three excellent Tick shows.
It's incredible. The Tick has always been
original live action.
The Tick has 3 times been perfectly adapted and never lasted. It makes no sense.
It kills me. By
the way, this guy Machoso, who I just mentioned, also a Karen Siskel vet.
Oh, there you go. It was just, and she was pulling in like her friends.
I did notice this. I meant to mention this earlier. Gutierrez. staff writer on Karen Sisco. I think somebody got him a job. I'm just saying, it's like, is there anything for my boyfriend to do? Yeah, I guess.
I can only assume they have. I don't know what their relationship is like, but I mean, this happens in a lot of relationships where there are two creators.
Hey,
someone is almost always more successful or creative, and the other
can
one
we also
is like,
talk about Melissa
I'm
McCarthy's?
just really happy for
Melissa
him.
McCarthy's untalented husband. He's not untalented, but Jesus Christ, all of her worst stuff you can count on being written or directed by him.
Yeah,
that guy, man, Ben Falcone. Stop.
He can be funny.
As
an actor,
he's a fine character actor. He is not a good filmmaker by any stretch of the imagination. Jesus.
I've now seen, unfortunately, perhaps 3 films of his.
Yeah, I think I watched like 2 of them, and then I was just like, all right, I get the message here. Don't watch the ones he made, because
I can stop now.
She's like an all-timer individual talent that's incredible, and he is. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so anyway, she wakes up, and so this guy is like, I know what you are. I won't say vampire.
Right.
Lord, no. But he goes, I can help you kill these things. And who is this guy? We kind of find out, but we never really get a definitive answer.
To tell you the truth, I mean, all right, was I paying incredibly close attention all the way through?
I might have glanced at my phone a couple times during
at the
thing.
end, when she's finally confronting Bishop and she says the alchemist was right about you, I was like, that dude was an alchemist?
Where was that mentioned?
Because what it seemed to be, it seemed like he was a priest who was connected to the vampires and was one himself, but was like,
they mentioned
it's your choice of what you do with the powers and all this kind of stuff.
The scene with the conversation with Carla Gugino is like, you think that guy's helping you? He's just using you to kill us so he can be the vampire leader. But we also never see him again, so that doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
Because you're like,
at no point do you go, oh, the way is open now for him. It's like, because actually, we don't see him again.
That kind of sounds like a good movie where it's like, oh, he's feeding her vengeance for his own ends, but it never explains, so who cares?
Nope.
It's just so funny. This movie is. There's any number of directions this movie could have gone in, and it goes in none of them. Tone-wise, plot-wise, character-wise, across the board.
And really, the only thing he seems to have done is, I will kind of let you know where these people do stuff.
Yeah.
And I will
but she still
tell you
mainly
about,
has to
I'll give you this crossbow. That'll come in.
And I thought for a second it seemed like there was going to be like a training montage, but kind of no. She just suddenly knows that I couldn't just pick up. I mean, I could fire it, but I wouldn't be very good with it. I couldn't just pick up a crossbow and start killing vampires.
No, she becomes an instant badass with.
And this because she also chops her hair off. She chops her hair off to become instant badass.
She chops it shorter.
And now
I like it longer, but whatever. Whatever.
I mean, she looks fine. It's tough to make Lucy Liu look bad, but
no, she looks absolutely.
But now she just suddenly has one conversation with this guy, gets a crossbow, and now she's the Lucy Liu action hero character you want her to be.
Yep, but not used well.
Oh no, because she doesn't actually really do any action, hardly.
That is absolutely correct.
So she goes to she finds Holt McCallany, who's of course just drinking a woman in a dirtbag motel. Actually, somewhat decent beat of action, his death, because she does shoot him out of a window first.
Yes.
I mean, once again, I'm low bar for this movie. I'm looking for anything resembling action.
And again, I don't think it has to be insane action sequences for every single one of these kills.
But how about a little bit of adrenalize them to some extent,
These are supernatural beings that have been around maybe for long periods of time. So I'm sorry, maybe they should be harder to take down than lifting a crossbow and going boom, done.
Because she literally just goes, "Hey, you," and he looks up. He's like, "What?" And then she shoots him, and he goes out the window.
Goes out the window, smashes into a car. She meets him down there, and then she basically he does roll over like a punk.
Yeah,
because she's like, and he's like, okay, he's over here.
Yeah, because he tells her where Carla Gugino is.
Yeah, it's like, you don't want to mess with Eve, but okay, this is where she does her thing. And she's like, thanks. And then she shoots him the second time directly in the heart, and that killed him.
And this is where you get the line about like, well, he was just a henchman. Eve, now she's fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And then we see her in a bar with a wig on, and she has seduced a guy in a sailor suit. Now, yes, by the way, I do know that when...
Yeah. I've been here. I've been out during Fleet Week here.
During Fleet Week.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do the same thing in LA. When I lived in LA, one thing, LA is so huge that even if it were Fleet Week, it would be so weird to see someone walking around in full dress uniform.
Yeah. Now, I never lived in LA, but it does not strike me as a place that would really like embrace Fleet Week like this. Or at least certainly not.
It's got the Port of Los Angeles. It's big, but at the same time, it's so widespread as a city that you're just not gonna really.
Also, even if it is Fleet Week, he seems to be the only guy in the sailor's uniform.
He's the only guy in a sailor suit, and it seems almost like, again, this is pre-Sucker Punch, right?
Yes. Oh yeah. This is pretty. But again, Snyder has just started his career. I think he's only made 2 movies.
Oh, at this point, okay. And he's done Dawn of the Dead.
He's done Dawn of the Dead, and I think this same year is when 300 comes out.
Oh, okay. But anyway, this does feel very fetishy because it's like she's done up kind of glam Hollywood, and he's in a sailor outfit, and she's like, I'm going to take you in the bathroom and show you a good time.
Interestingly, and it's interesting because they both use Carla Gugino so much. Snyder is kind of a better version of this guy in some ways, right? I mean, like, and once again, I know I'm a bigger fan than you are, but
the guy does amazing action.
The guy's got a visual sense.
He stole that shot from here, and he stole
right. I mean, he too is also obsessed with genre tropes. He doesn't have the ego of this guy because you don't hear Snyder talk about like Snyder's thing is more bro-ish, right? Where he's just like, it's badass, man. He's more in the Michael Bay category, but similarly loves the fetishizing of the imagery of genre tropes and stuff. And they both love Carla Gugino. So
again, I would assume that any decision made in this movie regarding Carla Gugino, and also in every one of the films of his that she's been in, which I'm sure that is reached.
All of them. Yeah, at least they.
Yes, I think those decisions are reached mutually. I would hope so that there's a power balance. But he fetishizes his own girlfriend.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, obviously, when he's doing things like Electrolux, and everything is hyper sexualized of her, even if, like in this show,
the shows are very much like that. She's a jewel thief, but she's the fucking sexiest jewel thief you've ever seen.
And again, I get it. But I can assume it's kind of like, I know what you're doing, and I'm fine with it.
For being her partner, and obviously, once again, he's not making her do any of this, but it does the thing that I don't like that most things do with her. It kind of limits her as super hot when you see, and that's why I like the Mike Flanagan. I think uses her the best because he actually gives her stuff to do. He still in like House of Usher, she's still like alluring, but there's way more going on.
Directors she has been in things with have used her
even
not
Snyder.
Just
honestly, even hottest. Snyder in Watchmen.
Even Snyder,
yeah,
because they know there's a badass actress in that.
Rodriguez,
very attractive.
One Rodriguez, of course, is actually really the better version of this guy, I think, where it really is. He loves the tropes, but he's a smarter filmmaker. He's a more clever filmmaker. He knows when to have fun, when to get dark, when to indulge.
I will go with you there.
I think we're both on the same. We both like Rodriguez quite a bit. I don't go with him on the kids' movies, but I respect what he's doing with those at least.
I'm with you there as well.
I think it's great that he
bide my time to get something else like Alita, and then I go, God damn this guy.
Right, but I at least respect that he's like, I want to put quality kid stuff out, and there's not a lot of filmmakers doing that.
By the way, hashtag Alita sequel when?
Hashtag why no sequel?
Why no sequel?
Yeah, well, it didn't make a ton.
Are you afraid of the big anime eyes? I'm not.
Yeah, that's right, studios. Are you afraid of them? Did they make you shake in your boots? So yeah, but anyway, by the way, the sailor guy is an actor named Zach Galligan, who I like quite a bit, who has fucking nothing to do here. Or I'm sorry, Zach Gilford. Zach Galligan.
Yeah, I was about to go, this was not Zach Galligan.
Sorry, Zach, we often talk about Zach Gilford, who people may know from playing Saracen on Friday Night Lights.
Oh, I've missed a lot by not.
Oh, you didn't watch Friday Night Lights?
No, I never.
Oh,
did.
It's so good.
Here's the reason, John.
Well, you grew up in Texas. Yeah,
I went to high school in Texas.
Friday Night Lights,
even though I'm sure it presents characters that are very well rounded.
Well, you got Kyle Chandler, man. I mean, the best.
I love Kyle Chandler, but the thing is, I'm not. I was very offended by the football culture of Texas high school when I was there. So I don't want to revisit.
I think that the Friday Night Lights is one of those shows, like a lot of stuff, where it's like, if you told me, do I want to watch a show about high school football, I'd be like, no way. And then I watched it and I went, this is so compelling, so interesting. It's really good. Plus, talking about another person I love, Connie Britton. Holy God, Connie Britton.
Again, that's someone who, it seems like people slept on Connie Britton for so long.
Friday Night
before they're like, oh my God, she's really great.
I've talked before about my love of Spin City, and I always immediately seized on, she is so good in Spin City. And also with Carla Gugino.
I know. That show was a treasure trove.
First 4 seasons of Spin City with Michael J. Fox, great. Stop then after that, because you do not want to watch Charlie Sheen years.
I don't.
So she takes this guy to the bathroom. I mean, once again, not the worst day at the office. He's wasted in this movie, but Zach Gilford does make out with Carla Gugino all day, so. Can't fault him for that. He's also currently the bad guy on Criminal Minds, so he's got a good gig over there. But once again, she's gonna drain this guy or whatever. Lucy Liu just shows up with a crossbow, and she's like, "All right, get out of here. Let's have a conversation about some stuff."
Yeah,
and this is where we get their vampire mythos, right?
Yes, and I'm sure this is supposed to be the audience is expecting something, and we didn't expect them to sit down and have a sincere conversation. Once
again, that's the Tarantino move.
Basically says, you were supposed to be drained, and he left you with me because you had like 2 teaspoons of blood left and said, finish her off.
Oh, and they talk about it's very rare to turn people.
Yes, and there was something in your eyes. It's like, I've never seen that kind of fight, and I knew that you
wanted to live. Yeah. Well, because she talks about like you at some point. This is also just like that vague. You want to do a vampire movie, but you don't. But you haven't really thought it out. When she talks about like some part of you had to choose this. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? You were dead, but some part of you wanted to be a vampire. You maybe can't admit that. You're like, what are you talking about?
And the entire movie can be summed up in repeated dialogue between. Actually pretty much every character. So the entire movie is, you need to embrace what you are. I'm not one of you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you are. You're a killer like us. No, I'm not one of you. That's the entire movie. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, it really is. And then she just fucking shoots her. Well, she does say the thing about the guy who's training you doesn't have good intentions either. He's also one of us and just wants to get us out of the way. Once again, that will never be.
As Eve is basically either... She knows it's coming, and it's just like, no, I'm just going to be honest with you, and
I gotta see what did she. I just want to see in 2007. What did Carla Gugino do that she didn't have time to be doing this? Ooh, a very good movie called The Lookout. You remember? Did you see that with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Jeff Daniels? Very good indie crime movie. Highly recommend The Lookout. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jeff Daniels, Matthew Good, Isla Fisher, who we also love, and and Carla Gugino. Check that movie out. Really good. She's also in, speaking of Ridley Scott, she did take the Ridley Scott as opposed to this. She's an American Gangster at this time, too, which I love.
Oh, American Gangster.
American Gangster is so good. Great Ridley Scott movie. So, all right, she did take a lesser part in her boyfriend's movie to go work with Ridley Scott that I jokingly said earlier.
All right. Here is my goal.
Yes.
To wrap this up in 20 minutes.
I think we can do it because basically the rest of the movie is we finally caught up with the beginning of the movie, so we see her kill the old guy again,
right? And we see the Cameron Richardson upside down prostitute lady.
It's his murder scene that Chickless is drinking at because he would be the one with the decanters,
right? But we see her staggering down the freeway. We're assuming after the events of what just happened.
Right.
And then she gets, like, the cops pick her up. And I think she just supplies more information, right? Isn't that the deal?
I mean, the chickless part of the movie can really just be
pinning all this together. Like, she was at that scene.
And it's not interesting at all because we know what's going on, so the detective story isn't working. And we're literally just sitting around going, well, when is he going to meet up with Lucy? When is this movie going to make any kind of sense?
Yeah, I know.
God. Another wasted actor in this movie who I like quite a bit, Fran Kranz, is the hitchhiker who's walking down the street. People remember her from Dollhouse, the Joss Whedon show.
I watched the first season of Dollhouse.
He was like the tech guy on there.
He's
a really good character actor. He's in a movie I love.
Well, he's good in this little scene. So basically, This is one of the Lucy Liu fighting. Oh, we forgot to mention, this is very important.
You're the guy who wanted to wrap this up quick. Now you're going back to... All right, go ahead.
All right, no, the alchemist gave Lucy Liu this huge bottle of blood serum.
Yes, yeah.
And said, like, this will keep your cravings down, but once it's gone, good luck.
Yeah.
This will keep you going long enough to kill off Bishop.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's down. The bottle is empty.
Yeah.
So she picks up this, because she's hungry, she picks up the hitchhiker. She basically, like a serial killer, goes through a list of like, so you're into drugs? Yeah, man, I smoke lots of pot. Okay, great. You got a girlfriend, family? No.
What I like is she drives past him, he gives her the finger, and then she's like, all right, that's it. Now he can die.
Yeah, because this guy's an asshole. I'm gonna eat him.
But then what's funny is he's really not an asshole.
He's just a loser, dude.
Yeah.
He's not technically evil, but that is to show us that she doesn't care.
Played effectively by, once again, Fran Kranz. The other thing, Cabin in the Woods, the other thing you might remember him from.
Oh, Cabin in the Woods.
He was kind of a Whedon guy, because he's also in. I think he's also in the Much Ado About Nothing that he did too. And now he's turned filmmaker. If anybody saw his movie Mass, whoo boy, I'll just say that about it. It's really good, but Jesus Christ, is it a gut wrenching. Punch the old heart there. Really good movie though. But yeah. Anyway.
So she ends up killing him in the Jeep Cherokee in a very gory scene. Oh, and she gets the worst line of dialogue.
Yeah.
In a movie that's not good.
Yeah. There's a lot of bad dialogue. Yeah.
This one. So she's like, she parks, and he's like, what are we parking in the woods for?
Yeah.
And then she goes, have you heard that saying? Gas, grass, or ass. No one rides for free.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah. And she goes, with me, you get all three. And I just started laughing because, and she's taking her top off. So basically the implication is you got the ride, you're smoking grass, and I said that was fine. And now I'm going to lay you, aka also drain you. But to me, it sounded like she's saying, with me, you get all three, and I was waiting for her to fart. Because
I did think the gas. Yeah, what does the gas have to do with anything?
I know. I guess that means you got a ride, you got a trip.
Yeah.
But still, gas, that means you either pay for my gas.
Yeah.
Or
that's what it means.
Give me grass.
Yeah.
Or you sleep with me.
Yeah.
Because no one rides for free.
Yeah.
She's basically saying, with me, I'm giving you all of them. And then I just kept thinking, someone has to fart now because she just said, you're going to get all three.
I have no idea. But then, of course, we get the very dramatic moment of her covered in blood and crying and screaming, which once again isn't necessarily...
in the rain.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, except for what is the tone of this movie?
Well, again, she is becoming the thing she hates.
I get that, but then the movie, like I said, then make that movie.
He thought he was.
I did note that I just wanted one thing that I don't mean to distract. We are trying to finish this up, but okay, this movie was shot by John Toll. Do you know John Toll? Like literally one of the greatest cinematographers.
Yeah.
How did he get? Because so this is a guy who shot Legends of the Fall, Braveheart, The Thin Red Line, Almost Famous, The Last Samurai. He goes from this to shooting the same year he shoots Ben Affleck's debut movie, Gone Baby Gone, which I love.
This is an amazing cinematographer.
An incredible cinematographer. He just recently did Matrix Resurrections. He shot Iron Man 3. Really fucking good cinema. He said he did Tropic Thunder. I actually think I love that movie, and it actually is beautifully shot.
It is.
It looks great because Stiller very smartly shoots it like it's a war movie.
Right.
And so he got the thin red line.
Where we're watching Simple Jack, and that.
Yeah. But that's the thing that's great about it. He got the guy who shot Thin Red Line to go shoot. Anyway, what the fuck? How did he end up on this thing? Because it's another thing Chiklis mentions in his interview where he goes, then when I heard John Toll was shooting, I said, I've got to be involved in this. You're like, I might have at that point too. It's like, this guy's a great. And there are some good shots, as we said.
On paper, and by paper I mean not the script.
Yeah.
But on paper, this looked like a great movie for everyone.
I would have signed up for this thing in a second. I mean, of course,
and then you read it.
I'm not turning down
any
movie.
Oh,
but
no.
of course, I'm in no place to turn down any movie once again. But
oh no.
So let's cut to James D'Arcy, who does have a hot blonde over. It's Samari Armstrong, who was on the OC. I don't think were you an OC viewer at all by any chance? You strike me as no.
A few episodes.
I was
felt
at least
seen. No.
I will say, being a teenager, and there was a comic book fan on the show.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're trying to convince you that a still conventionally attractive young man, who is maybe not model ripped,
right?
But he's the nerd who will still end up with a hottie chick.
Yeah, well, she was the cool nerd, comic book nerd girl on the show, Samara Armstrong.
I
was in love with her, of course.
Oh, right, but she's not the one he ended up with. He ended up with one of the popular ones who then caters to his being a comic nerd.
Right. But she was the girl who seemingly was perfect for him, and I think maybe even worked in a comic book store or something in it. Anyway, so of course I loved her on there, obviously.
Right, but apparently, because I looked up what she's been up to,
you don't want to look up
human being.
Yeah, no, she's become one of those people who's like, Hollywood's gone woke.
Yep.
So yikes. Anyway, though, she's there. Pointless scene where he's just got, of course,
the whole thing is like, oh, I can't believe I met this hot rich guy. It's so cool. And he's like,
and another thing where she sees
no
she goes, red flags.
Felt safe. She goes, I felt safe going to your house because rich guys can't be crazy psychotics. And he's like going, well, I wouldn't bet on that.
American Psycho came out not that long ago, right?
Right. And he's like, well, I'm going to kill you.
So yeah, exactly. I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. So she we cut away from that. When we cut back, Lucy Liu now it's later. She comes to the house. She's walking around with the crossbow.
Yeah.
Interesting little beat where she slips on the blood of this woman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. She's dead though. Samara Armstrong's dead. And this is where Mako's here. Yeah, they have kind of a fight,
Yeah, it's not much.
It's not much.
It's a shoving kind of thing.
And once again, she tells Mako's got to tell her where she is. And he goes, he's not. And then I think this is, once again, the movie treats us like this is some kind of twist, but it's just her going, he goes, he's not afraid of you. He's afraid of some detective who's looking into him.
Yes.
He doesn't even know about Lucy Liu. He
doesn't know that Sadie Blake is one of the undead and tracking him. This guy thinks that all the murders of the vampires to date have been done by the angry cop whose daughter he killed. And so that's the big reveal. And so Sadie's like, what? He doesn't even know about me. This is awesome. I think that's the dialogue. I'm not sure.
It's something like that.
He doesn't even know about me. This is awesome. And then she goes to a water park.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounded like a commercial for a water park.
I don't know. I think you might have accidentally leaned on your remote and switched to something else during this. And so
the 6-story flume is awesome.
So she picks up, she then just shoots Mako like she shoots everybody else. R.I.P. to a legend in his final screen appearance. Amazing.
I will say that even the great actors, they don't, unfortunately, always, of course they don't. No, this will be my last role.
No, I mean, it's always Connery did have an ample opportunity to fix League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Could have really, come on, man. You could have done something after that. But yeah. So anyway, she picks up a phone because it's D'Arcy on the phone, and they get a whole thing where it's like, oh, it's you. Well, I'm going to kill you,
Yeah. And she's like, not if I kill you first.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, stupid. So she goes to a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Marilyn Manson is.
She heard. I can't remember.
I did. She heard something in the background of the thing.
At this bar.
Yeah,
so she goes in there.
Grounds.
She bribes the bartender, who is Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
And I love, again, in the Wikipedia, everyone in this movie is patting themselves on the back, specifically the director writer, because he's like going, the thing about Marilyn Manson is, the great thing about that cameo is he's unrecognizable.
No, he's not. I did see that though too. He took off all the makeup.
Opposite. He took off the makeup.
No, he still just looks like Marilyn Manson with the makeup off.
Yeah, he looks like a serial abuser without the makeup on.
Right.
There you go. Snap. I said it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you talk about being a garbage person. Holy shit.
He lives in a garbage can.
That guy is pure. Yeah, because he's pure trash.
He is pure.
I mean, this guy. I mean, really, yeah.
And I'm going to throw this on just salt in the wound. Never liked any of his music.
No, that's the other thing too. It wasn't hard. I felt more bad because I do really like Evan Rachel Wood and hearing her horrible stories about.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
But it does make me question her taste.
Well, I don't know.
No, that's not me blaming the victim. I'm just saying that guy pulled lots of extremely attractive women who you'd think would not want to end up with a slimy, gross musician guy who does terrible things.
She was like 17, though, too. So, I mean, I think...
oh, that's right. She was very young.
There might have been some grooming involved there. Because she does end up with Jamie Bell.
Well, that's better.
I mean, they're not together now, but she ends up, I think, marrying him. They have a kid and stuff like that. So, I'm just saying. Yeah. And now he's with Kate Mara. So, I mean, it's not a terrible life to be Jamie Bell.
This will work okay.
All you have to do is be little Billy Elliot, and you'll be all right. Diminishing an actor who I do like a lot. And Billy Elliot's a good movie, but like he has done a lot of other good stuff, too. And Fant Forstick, not his fault. All right.
Not his fault.
Totally needless dream sequence of Michael Chiklis having a nightmare about his dead daughter. No reason to do that.
Maybe just to remind you of who he is and why he's upset.
Because it's like, I know we haven't seen him in like 20 minutes. Remember, his daughter
died.
The
phone rings. He's like,
she goes to the bar where she thinks Darcy's going to be, but he's not there. Instead, it's Nick Lachey and Foggy Nelson are there.
Yes.
Yeah, Eldon Henson.
Supposed to be like, also, she bribed the bartender with $100 bill, and she writes the name Eve on it. She's using that after she's killed Eve with the phone number. This will be important for tracking her later on.
Yeah, that's how she's going to actually end up meeting with Chiklis. Finally,
2 non-vampire scuzzbags who apparently still somehow know Bishop.
I guess they're familiars, although Gutierrez probably hates that word too while we're at it.
I don't think they are. I think that they are just scuzzbags.
They're literally just his like knockaround guys.
Well, I think they do criminal work for him without knowing what he is. Like supply me with drugs or hotties or whatever it is.
Right, yeah.
Or steal me a thing.
They're just general henchmen for hire.
Yeah, and they both are playing idiots, like
yeah, except the big difference is one of them's a good actor.
One of them's a good actor, and the other one's Nick Lachey. Will be part of one of the best law firms in Hell's Kitchen.
Oh man, and by the time this is out, think about this, Brendan. By the time people are hearing this, they're probably back in business.
Dude,
that's nice to think about, isn't it?
They're practicing is a wonderful
again.
Thing to think
They're
about.
avocados at law.
Oh my God,
it's the best. Anyway, he has nothing to do in this movie, and he'll be dead in like 2 seconds. So
yep,
because they put her in this trunk. They put her in the trunk of the car. She escapes from the trunk in the stupidest way.
Yep.
She gets out of the trunk, kills Foggy. I literally wrote down she runs down Foggy.
The reason I think that they
now she's got Daredevil on her ass.
What Bishop does is that they abduct her on his command.
They think he's just some evil rich guy, right? Like
and if they knew that she had some vampire-y strength or whatever, they wouldn't just be like bundling her into the back of the car.
Yeah.
But yes, Nick Lachey steals her Jeep Cherokee. And she's alone in the car with Foggy. She breaks out. She runs him over. He's dead. But the cops get the APB out on the Jeep Cherokee, which is how Chickless finally enters her realm, because they find the stolen vehicle and they think like, oh, this is the guy who was responsible for, or the woman who's responsible for the deaths of the dude in the hotel and all that. Maybe your daughter as well. But it's Nick Lachey going, I just stole this thing, man. I just stole it. And then the cops are like, hey, detective, I know that you're connected to this, but you don't want to. He goes, turn the other way. You want to not be here.
Yeah.
Okay, then, detective, drunk man. And then he beats the shit out of Nick Lachey to find out.
By the way, you want to talk about, this is really, do not invoke Michael Chiklis as a cop beating people if he's super famous for that on a great show.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is not him pulling out a phone book.
Comparison, ever.
You don't want it. The pilot of The Shield, when he pulls out that phone book and said, good cop and bad cop left, I'm a different kind of cop.
Yeah.
That's the kind of gritty noir dialogue he does on The Shield. So,
Yeah, well, I'll have to check it out.
You should check it out. And you know who actually rules in it is Walton Goggins. That's the first place I saw him.
I can only imagine, because Walton Goggins is one of the best.
He is astounding in that show.
Is he doing anything close to the Reverend Baby Billy?
Baby Billy? I mean, he's still Southern, because he always is, of course, but that's about it. Other than that, he is a morally conflicted
actor
cop.
He is.
Yeah.
He is so good an actor, just like Holly Hunter.
Yeah.
That their accents didn't hold them back.
If anything, it becomes
that.
It becomes part of. They leaned into it so much.
Now you get a John Goodman who can turn it on or off.
Yeah.
And has played lots of different.
Yeah.
But those two, they can't. They literally can't. But it doesn't matter.
But they've once again they've so owned it that it's actually become part of the reason you hire them.
Yes.
And actually, I will say, I do really respect, and when I was just talking about, I swear we're going to finish this. But one of the things I like about Goggins, and I've heard him say this, and one of the reasons he turned down Justified initially is he goes, I don't want to be a fucking racist Klansman. Like, I don't want to be a hillbilly bad guy and stuff. But of course, thank God they convinced him that there's like so much more to this part. And it's one of my favorite performances really in all of television. Boyd Crowder is so much more than just a hillbilly bad guy. In fact, he's almost not that at all. It's great. Anyway, so they finally meet up, her and Chiklis, and it's actually not that exciting when she does, because in fact it's her who goes, I know you. And he goes, from what? She's like, you were standing over me when they zipped that. Why does she remember stuff from when she was actively dead? That's so weird.
I don't know.
Such a weird.
I mean, it would make more sense if it was just like, it would have made more sense that she would see that picture. They actually use this too.
Yeah.
Because he's got the picture of his daughter in his car, and then she goes...
He thinks that she is the one who killed his daughter.
Yes, he thinks that she killed his daughter, and then the way she's trying to convince him otherwise, she goes, I interviewed your daughter for this thing, and I'm after the people who killed her. That's the deal. And he's like, I don't know if I trust you, so by all means, I'm going to handcuff you, take you back to my apartment, and have weird flirtiness. That came out of nowhere. Because it's not followed up on, where it's like, I now kind of believe you. I'm still keeping you handcuffed.
Because he's got to fucking shoot her to prove it, right? He shoots her. She's walking away, and then we get a thing that's.
Oh right, he goes. You better stop, or I will fire. And she doesn't. So he actually shoots her, takes her back to his apartment, then takes the bullets out while she explains, I am not exactly human anymore. And he's like, I've never seen bullet wounds heal this fast. And she goes, yeah, that's the deal.
But it's weird because like they don't heal until he pulls the bullets. It's a weird vampire thing once again.
He's like, it's going to hurt. And she's like, oh my God.
And you're just like, that's not a thing I think of as a vampire thing. But once again, I guess these aren't vampires.
Well, here's the thing that really bugged me. She's doing these little crossbow bolts to kill the vampires.
Yeah.
So they're stakes to the heart. Okay.
Right, but there's never actual stakes. It's literally only crossbow bolts.
But that is essentially what we're doing. They go into the heart, they stay there.
Yeah.
When she kills the bishop at the end, she stabs him in the heart with that little bolt.
Yeah.
And then she pulls it out and he falls over dead.
Yeah.
She pulled it out.
You're not supposed to do that. We know that.
Is that to set up a sequel? Because the end of this movie really wants this to be a
set up a sequel
first in a series.
100%. They're setting up sequels,
and that was one of the jump scares, even though I knew it was coming.
Well, because otherwise, why are we staying here?
Holding.
So the credits start rolling. Oh God, I hate that. And I went no. Sorry, Gutierrez.
No, I said more, please.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm actually. More please in that I'm still waiting I would happily watch a good Lucy Liu vampire movie. Sure. I'd also love to see Michael Chiklis hunt vampires. Great.
I would like to see Carla Gugino in a good vampire movie.
I'm trying to think. Has she been in any other vampire? I mean, she's not a vampire, but she does have a better version of this character in Fall of the House of Usher. Of being an ethereal, dangerous. Also, if you haven't seen Gerald's Game, fucking watch Gerald's Game.
Okay.
Because that's also her in Greenwood in a Mike Flanagan movie, and it's
early Carla Gugino would have been awesome if they had done a serious Carmilla.
Still wait. By the way, awesome. I think I still think there may be at least one, if not two more, like Carmilla movies adaptations. Can somebody do that right? I don't understand. Like, they never do. It's always it always ends up as exploitational schlock.
Yeah.
And that's a way to go, but you could do it as serious drama if you wanted to.
The tone you should, honest to God, take with that is Picnic at Hanging Rock.
Oh.
Which is not a vampire movie
at 100%.
All, where it is dreamlike and sort of gauzy and period piece and dramatic, but also
kind of like
quietly sexy because it's about coming of age and all that stuff. And that's Carmilla, man.
Paul Pressburger, like Black Narcissus, even a little bit like that. Sort of, you know what I mean? But
we want a classy Carmilla. That is,
that's the thing. It's always people latch onto the luridness.
Look, if there are boobs in it, I won't complain.
Yeah,
but make them classy boobs.
Well, I think about he wouldn't do it because he's just finished his Nosferatu, which I can't fucking wait for. But think about like Robert Eggers, his approach. Get like a director with vision in there.
No one's.
Instead, it's always just like a Hammer movie, and not a good one. Anyway.
No, it's always, and the modern ones are all Cinemax movies.
Yeah, they're all, and I said I think we're probably gonna have to watch a couple more of those. Anyway, okay, so we're going to the final conflict now. The big thing here is she says, "I will help you by killing the man who killed your daughter, but you have to promise to kill me because I don't want to be a vampire."
Here's the thing, again,
or whatever I am, because I'm not a vampire.
Concept of this movie, fine. This idea is actually pretty great. Like, look, I don't want to continue on. So, in other words, I want to finish what I started, wipe them out, and then you kill me. I like this. But this movie's not...
Once again...
It doesn't earn any of this.
And also, they set this up with like 20 minutes left. If they had met halfway through the movie and he had been with her the whole time... And then you also could have... Our
second lead finally announces, by the way, everybody, this is about me and her.
Here's the thing. Yeah, they needed to... Once again, I really do think they should have ditched the priest guy and had it be Chiklis who found her.
Well, that would have been much tighter.
It would have been much tighter. And also, I'm always trying to fix these movies. Then it also would have been this thing where they're killing these vampires, but he knows he's going to have to kill her. And the number one, don't play it sexy. Play it like she's now a surrogate daughter to him. And he's really struggling with, am I going to have to kill her? Now, that could be a good movie. All right, that's it. I need to get the rights to Rise Blood Hunter and fix this movie.
Don't waste the brain cells, you're absolutely right.
This is the kind of thing I would love to write something in this vein.
The take.
That would have been, because then it could have really been, and also you have two actors who could do that. Why are you wasting great talent? Oh God.
And essentially,
this movie pisses me off more than
they're trying to up some of the creep factor, because when they do get to Bishop's secret hideout, he's kind of prepared. Which is
like under a horse stable?
Something. Yeah. And then there's the big shocking twist of, Daddy, help me out.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We're supposed to feel, obviously we know, she's a vampire. Hamlet is a vampire.
He's a vampire, so Hamlet.
Look out, Hamlet. He's right behind you. But
so
I watched
funny.
an entire YouTube clip with those guys doing a revisit of their own skit. They zoomed from various locations, and they're just talking like, when did we first come up with this idea? Because that skit still kills me.
It's
the death of Abraham Lincoln.
It is so funny.
It's so stupid and great. But anyway,
funny.
So the whole thing here of we know what's going on, but she has the moment where she's like going, I'm not your little girl. I mean, you don't even know how free I am now, and I've done stuff you wouldn't even believe, and we weren't even that close. So it's supposed to be like daggers to his heart before she kills him. And I'm thinking to myself, if we were doing the better version that you, I think, pegged that relationship perfectly.
Yeah.
But if you're doing the better version, it would be almost like she was the lost daughter even before she died.
Because they still try to have that moment when he kind of struggles. Literally,
he should be George C. Scott in Hardcore, and she should be Season Hubley.
Well, now if we're gonna talk about Schrader, man.
But I mean, that is rich father-daughter dynamic.
God.
Where
I love that movie. I love
grim
that.
And dire. Because it is
that movie. And I just love Schrader in general. I mean, one of my faves.
Schrader always has gone to places no one else will.
It's true.
And you're like, wow.
He's one of those guys who I don't love every movie because sometimes
that always work.
That doesn't always work. But god damn it, do I respect him. Even when it's like you're going like, Cat People doesn't really work. I want it to.
But I still love, hey, he decided to do a Ceci update of a classic horror movie.
And it's there's a lot of great stuff. It doesn't work, but there is a lot of great stuff.
Yes.
John Hurt getting his arm torn off is just fucking rules. It just rules. I'm sorry.
And I'm not sure anyone's going to fight you on that.
And one of the best main title-like tracks in film history.
Well, absolutely. David Bowie, I'm not going to say at the height of his powers because that guy had so many heights of his powers. I mean,
talk about
the early 80s Bowie, Let's Dance era Bowie, and he does Cat People, putting out fire with gasoline.
It's better than the movie.
Stevie Ray Vaughan on guitar. Even though they were a contentious relationship and they hated each other, but still he got what he wanted out of Stevie Ray Vaughan, and that is some of the best.
You want the movie to be as good as that song is.
Boy, do you.
Anyway, all right. So anyway, But once again, it is that moment. They want this moment where it's like, wait, that's my daughter. Is that my daughter in there?
Yes, and he's like, I'm here for you, baby. I'm going to get you out. So for a second, she's like...
I like that you gave it the appropriate amount of Boston, which is Chickless, right?
Yeah.
That's right, baby.
Hanging on to her, and that's when, of course, Sadie comes in and he goes, get away from her. She's one of them. And he's like, it's my daughter. And he's like, no. And she
somehow gets his gun and shoots him. The daughter does.
Well, that's when the daughter... If she had played it better as a vampire, she could have still probably... But instead, she drops... She has no chill, as we often say about
these vampires, man. They've only got about a minute where they can pretend to be
tricking them, but then she's like, fuck it. And she does grab his gun and goes, oh, daddy, I am a vampire, or something like a vampire. And I have had sex.
That was another thing where I'm like, I don't need this. I don't need not my unsullied daughter who he's done terrible things.
Dirty. I'm so dirty.
What is this?
A
fucking country song?
People. And I never liked you. We weren't close. You let me down. And he's like, no. And then she shoots him. And he's dead as far as we know.
I did think, oh my god, are you telling me Chickless was this way instead of this fine, and now he's just gonna die unceremonious? Thank God. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because it
doesn't matter. No, he's
at least they
dead.
Don't literally do that.
But then, here they lead you to believe he has been killed.
Yeah.
And Lucy Liu's like, "Fuck you, bitch," and takes she does the crossbow.
Yeah, and she's done. But then, James Darcy shows up and captures her.
And basically says, wow, you are something, aren't you? I never expected you to be blah, 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 blah.
I understand it because it's like slaughtering a pig or whatever, but like, must every vampire hang people upside down? Because that's what he does to Lucy Liu. That's just, they all have to do that. It wasn't just that one guy's kink.
Oh, no. Yeah. I think this is basically how they operate.
Yeah.
Is that this is their slaughterhouse.
Which I get, but also is lame.
It's lame. I mean, it would be something else if it was done with a kind of disturbing realism, a la Silence of the Lambs, a la, it's like Buffalo Bill. If you see bodies hanging, being drained of blood into tubs, it shouldn't be filtered blue light like we're watching The Hunger again. If you want to disturb us, make it real. And then we're like, oh God, this is gross, even if it's a concept we've seen before.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's not,
I'm telling him how to do his job.
Well,
John.
he's not a particularly skilled horror filmmaker. Like I said, there's a couple jump scares that work, but the movie never really. Because, like I said, I don't think he really wants to make a horror movie. He does and he doesn't. Because that's the thing that's interesting. I do think this is a Ghost House production, as I said. But I did look, does not have a producing credit from Sam Raimi or Rob Tappert, who owned it. So I don't think and that's clear. Because Raimi, I mean, once again, hot take, one of the masters of
here's the money, good luck. I think that was all that is.
I think they might have bought it, too, because it was a Tribeca, so I think it might have been independently financed.
They picked it up just for distribution.
That would be my guess, simply because I said it played Tribeca, so that would probably, although I said I would love to have seen this at Tribeca.
Do you think Bobby De Niro is in there?
Well, it's an interesting movie. I don't know. A little bit gross for me. A little bit. Anyway, so he slices her throat open, and then classic stupid villain decision. He cuts Lucy Liu's throat open, and he's like, "Anyway, you'll bleed out. I'm gonna go over here."
Oh, of course. To explain, he basically takes her down, and then she is strung up, and he cuts her throat, and her blood's draining into a tub, and he's like, "Well, I've monologued enough. I'll be right back."
Yeah, it's just enough time for Chickless to come running in. And once again, the dialogue in this.
He's still alive?
I love that. She goes, "I saw you get shot." He goes, "No, I'm wearing a Kevlar vest." It's just so quick.
Yep. He's wearing a Kevlar vest, and she does say, again, they have to handle these beats so quickly because we're in the end game. Yes. She goes, "And I'm really sorry about your daughter."
And then he just goes, "No, it's all right. She died a long time ago." It's like, oh, great. No dramatic moment for that at all. Fine, whatever. Yeah, Jesus
she's
Christ.
Been dead for a long time.
Yeah. It's only been his whole thing in the movie is about his daughter. But he's like, but fucking who cares?
You know what? Maybe I should give up the booze, too.
Yeah. I'm going to actually turn
complete life turnaround.
Turn my whole life around, actually. I think, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm shaving the goatee, too. It's got to go.
You know, Sadie, you've really helped me see the light.
Yeah. Anyway, this will afford a beach house.
I haven't called my brother in years. I'm going to call him tonight.
Apparently fell in love with the script, but I'm sorry. This really feels like this will pay for the beach house while we're waiting for the next season of The Shield, man. Good Lord.
I mean, again, it is
I don't know what
possible.
Script they read is always a thing, too,
that's
right?
a thing where it's
although based on this guy's...
Madame Web?
Based on this guy's previous work, because, his other non-directing writing gigs were the aforementioned Gothica. And do you remember The Eye with Jessica Alba?
I remember its existence. I never watched it. I remember the reviews being shitty.
Yeah, that's the thing where she gets she's a blind lady, gets an eye transplant, but then can
but
see
she's
the
getting
murder.
Memories or something.
Yeah, it's like she's seen the murder of the person whose eyes she got, and she has to solve it. It's just terrible.
Yep,
it's really stupid. Another movie though that wastes a great actor, not Jessica Alba, but Alessandro Nivola is. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, Jessica Alba, not so great.
She has her place.
Yeah, she did. I think she was one of those where it's like, we tried. It's just not much there.
Actually, I think they did a better job with her than they did with Lucy Liu. But at the same time, I think Lucy Liu went back to the safety of television, which is she's great in.
And also, I think she's just more. Yeah, Jessica Alba's. Anyway, she's not done this movie. I don't have to keep bashing.
Let's not have this fight.
She does kill Darcy, as we talked about. She grabs one of the bolts on the crossbow, stabs him, but then pulls it out.
Yeah,
so
he comes out and he's kind of like, "What is this? And
what is this?" Michael Chiklis.
and she shoots him once in the upper chest, but not near the heart.
Yeah,
and so he's like, or just. Oh right, because there's another bolt that's stuck in the wall.
There's a tussle between Chiklis and James Darcy because you get the moment.
Chiklis is literally laying blows on this vampire who says, "I've been around a long time."
Thank God he's a vampire. Because all I could think was James Darcy would die if he got hit once by Chiklis.
Well, yeah, but they're also showing it in this movie that the human cop is laying solid blows that the vampire is rocked by. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Chiklis has hit him with a couple of haymakers.
Do not have they can heal from stuff, but are they no more tough than a human?
Yeah.
It's stupid.
It's very stupid because they have to have that fight. So because once again she did bleed out so much, she's like willing herself, like, "Come on, Sadie, you gotta get up."
Oh right,
but
yeah.
Then, she's as you bring up, does she need to save him? Because it seems like Chickless is beating the shit out of this guy.
Yeah, no, because he eventually has him in like a strangle hold. Chickless, and Chickless will die. She's gotten the bolt, but in order to get him, Chickless realizes what she's up to, so does like a kind of spin thing so that his chest is out, meaning Darcy's chest is out, so she's able to stab him in the heart, and he goes, like, I can't believe I have been killed after so much time, and he dies. And she pulls that thing out like, we did it.
And
then she goes, you promised, you got to do what you got to do.
So he does, and he's crying. Once again, this would have worked so much better if they had spent more than a single scene together or whatever.
Yes,
but he's
very upset.
And the cops are rolling in now. I don't know why the cops have showed up. Did he call them?
He did say he had.
Oh, maybe
he said
did,
he had called them.
So they're all coming. She goes, "You got to do that," and he stabs her. And then we're back to seeing her zipped up in the body bag again. I guess we've come full circle.
Boy, have we!
Yeah.
And she's put in a drawer. And the credits roll.
And you're like,
damn, that movie had the balls to actually take the lead character out.
You knew. I mean, when you talk about this is the jump scare you know is coming, because also I'm like, why else are we rolling credits over this static shot of a fucking morgue drawer?
Yes, sir.
And it kicks open, and I smell a sequel. And we go to black.
No.
And then,
that's
God.
Something else entirely.
Oh, God, the new metal. Oh, God, the new metal.
Well, I was out immediately. I was like, Dunzo, and that cost me $4.
Yeah, that's $4 I'll never see again.
I tried to find it at the places I find things.
Oh, yeah. I looked for this all over the place and could not.
The farther we're getting into the 2000s, I mean, the older movies are easier to find because... no one's really tracking those so much.
Especially when we were doing like Hammer stuff, where it's like a lot of those people don't even own the rights to anymore.
Right. But now they're getting a little trickier. I'm like, geez, I'm gonna have to rent this from Amazon. Yeah. Hey, John, this movie was shit. What are we watching next week?
This movie was shit. Will next week's movie be better? I've seen it. No. Because we return to The Mummy, and this time we're going to China, baby.
No,
because it's Mummy,
Dragon Emperor.
Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. That's right.
I've never seen it.
I saw it in the theater. The theater. Yes, Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Only
children who grew up with the first movie.
Yep. I saw it with friend of the show, Mike Gergoni. Went and saw this. Of course we did.
You mean frenemy of the show?
Yeah, frenemy. Well, yeah, he's my friend. He's your enemy, so he's the frenemy of the show. Every time it's this like two dogs growling at each other every time we do.
Here's something I will say. This is the slightest.
Yeah.
The slightest little optimism.
Yeah.
It's not a vampire movie.
It's not a vampire
because
movie.
we've been a lot in the vampire world.
It's in my memory, and I have not seen it in many years. It is bad, but it's gonna seem better in comparison to a lot of the stuff we've watched because it is a big budget studio movie. It does have Brendan Fraser. It does not have Rachel Weisz.
Big mistake.
Huge problem right up front. We get Maria Bello instead, who I like, but is a weird fill-in.
Maria Bello, I like in everything I've ever seen her in.
But just
TV and film.
But just a weird choice.
If you had said action, comedy, horror movie with Brendan Fraser, that is one of the last names I would think of.
What I do remember a lot of and we'll talk about this, I'm sure, but I think
they tried to make her happen too.
Yeah, and I of course,
like, oh no, she's an indie drama person. Leave her alone.
And she's great in the indie dramas. I mean, The Cooler and History of Violence.
She's so great. William H. Macy, Maria Bello,
great movie.
The unlikeliest couple of ever.
And like I said, History of Violence is actually one of my favorite movies.
History of Violence, no lie, one of the best comic book adaptations because people always forget that is a comic book adaptation.
And maybe my favorite Cronenberg movie. It's
one of the most accessible. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie. Anyway, though, but I do remember. I think at the time she was like, "I wanted to do something my kids could see or whatever," and you're like, "Yeah." And once again, she's not the problem. I think it's gonna be a death by 1,000 cuts on that one. It is in China. You do have Jet Li, or at least the CGI creature who's supposed to be Jet Li, and Michelle Yeoh. So,
at any point, do bugs come out of somebody's mouth?
No, I don't think so.
Why am I watching it?
What even is this? I don't remember. Once again, 2008's Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. That'll be next week on the show. Right. I'm curious, but not looking forward to revisiting. Is what I'll say.
There you go. I am not curious, and I'm dreading it.
That will be that. But that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters. I'm John Campbell.
I'm Brendan Jones.
And remember, there are such things as monsters.
Sigh.